More Suicide Squad stuff. And Drake Bell looks old.
What is going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics, late night comics, live stream, hangout, extravaganza, and I got RDV with me, so it's going to definitely be worth your time. How's it going, RDV?
I am doing fantastic. It's 20 minutes after midnight. We're going to talk about some comics. You're going to drink some alcohol.
I'm drinking a Mango Michelada, baby.
Oh, what? Who?
A Mango Michelada.
I understand the mango part. What's the Michelada?
Michelada is like a Mexican drink. You mix tomato juice with beer.
Mango and tomato juice? No, already, I'm gone.
And mango, too. Like this is by Estrella Jalisco. Beer. They probably don't sell it in Wisconsin because
sounds like a California import.
Yeah, it's brewed in California.
Yeah.
It says on the can. Made with Clamato. Created with Golden Road Brewing. Mango Michelada's delicious twist on a classic Mexican staple. Inspired by Estrella Jalisco's cultural and Mexican mango cart vendors in L.A., Golden Road Brewing created a mango-flavored beer blended with Clamato Picante and brewed in L.A.
If you look good real small on the note, it says there by Surgeon General warning and all that stuff on the bottom there. It says, do not consume unless you run out of Corona.
It's pretty good, man. It's definitely an acquired taste.
If you like it, that's good. You're the one paying for it, not me.
Yeah. It was
$12.90.
It was $12.99 for an 8-pack.
What's the aftertaste like?
Some
of those have like a lingering aftertaste.
And it doesn't really have like I mean, the aftertaste is the taste of it.
Okay.
So it's not. It definitely is an acquired taste. If a lot of people would probably taste this and just be like, but
does it taste? Can you taste the tomato? Or,
yeah, for sure. It's very tomato juicy. In fact, the beer part is probably the lightest flavor that you notice.
So you taste the tomato and the mango together?
Yeah, the mango is light. The strongest flavor is the tomato. So if you've ever had a spicy V8,
I'm not a V8 person.
Okay, well, it's like that. It's like, or if you ever had a a Bloody Mary.
Never had one of those either.
Well, then I can't describe the flavor to you.
I don't live like you do on the edge.
You don't live like me on the edge.
It's my tomato is on my BLT, and that's it.
Well, this is a blue collar drink out here in Southern California. This is how we do it. Let's see.
Mr. Breen says Ash enjoys his Mango Michelada with Gavin on the weekends, and yes, pinkies are extended.
This is not a highbrow drink, believe it. This is it's in a can. It's an orange can. Like I said, this is a blue collar drink. This is what all the local essays drink on their porch.
You call them essays? Is that they're called, or is that what Hollywood calls them?
That's why I call them essay. Hey, essay.
And we're canceled.
It was nice knowing
Good
you
night.
guys. Melissa says she's not going to be able to make it. Her friend Janet's husband has stomach and a chest cancer. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll definitely be praying for him. Sorry to hear about that, Melissa. But sounds like you're being a good friend. So I'm glad for her that she has you as a friend. So
He's a veteran of the Vietnam War. Hopefully it was anything related to that.
oh man. It could be. Yeah, a lot of vets.
Well, that was my uncle. He got throat cancer. Well, he also smoked like a chimney, but the Agent Orange stuff they're down there where they're spraying it.
Yeah.
It's basically like Roundup. You're not supposed to breathe that in.
Yuck. Ronnie says clamato is tomato juice with clam juice mixed in.
Ugh.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't taste any clams.
I don't even want to taste clam juice. Ugh.
I do like clam juice, or I like clams. I don't know if I like clam juice. Clamato began refreshing us in California in the year 1969. Farmers choose our juice as the drink that made their long work days under the sun more tolerable.
That's right, folks. This wasn't staged.
People ask, does Clamato taste like clams? Almost exclusively found near the tomato and V8 juice aisles, blah, blah, next to the Bloody Mary mixers. It says that the clam taste is very slight. Interesting. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
But apparently it was made for Mexicans in the field. I guess. Because there's the only people I know that work in the fields.
If we keep talking any quieter, we're going to start sounding like the SNL skit with those two ladies who do the radio show.
Are we talking too quiet?
I don't know. You might be, you might not be. I'm sick right now, so my hearing goes like the level goes from loud to quiet. So if I come off speaking really quiet or really loud, that's why, because I'm like deaf almost.
I see. Well, you're sounding fine right now to me.
It's all sinus infection, like all up there, so it sucks. No, it's like basically the way to describe it is it's like you feel like you've been underwater, and you're trying to hear people, and then like you come out of the water, then you can hear it. It gets super loud, so it's kind of muffled. But anyway, Eric says they share them at the French Laundry Connection. The French Connection.
Yes, it is my favorite go-to restaurant after In-N-Out. When I'm not at In-N-Out, I'm usually found at the French Laundry. No. So yeah, I went to Clamato's website, and the very first thing that pops up is making micheladas out of them. So you can see like how these things have become a big deal when you get the you get them in can now. Like the beers are making them themselves.
I'd rather trust that unlabeled beer behind him than the glass.
Beer. So this is the brand of beer. It's pretty good, decent Mexican. Be legal drinking is to drink beer, and also that depends where you're at, because every country's. How does it know? Well,
my thing is that this might also be to figure out who's looking at this, what the age group is, if people are looking at our website.
That's stupid.
You've now entered, now we know how old you are.
Yes, I've kept that secret, so now everyone knows. Now everyone knows how old I am. Ronnie says our volume is fine, both of you. Very nice. See?
Yeah, that's good. Ronnie was also first tonight. Do you know that?
She hears the husky tones of your voice, RDV.
Oh, my husky voice.
Husky voice. Husky tones.
Well, usually I'm higher voiced, but I like talking like this sometimes,
So I entered my age. I'm legal age. Why does the site look like this?
Because your ad block probably. Or
there we go. There's the beer. Look at that. We can have beer commercials.
And they had to load the Chad video.
I'm trying to see if they have. So there's our beer. No, where's the? I'm trying to show you what I'm having.
The watermelon flavored.
Why? That's racist.
Well, there's also a picture of a watermelon, so I'm hoping there's not a watermelon flavored beer. I mean, Budweiser's been doing that weird stuff. They have those cans now. Yeah, I guess so. Now we know your zip code too.
Yep, you know my zip code. I am in East County, San Diego.
He's not at the 90210. He's at the 90271.
No, I'm not at 90210. So I can know where to buy your damn products, but you don't put your damn products. This is a shitty ass website. Leave it to a bunch of Mexicans and fail.
And we're canceled.
Are you kidding me? You're not going to put your damn products on your website?
It's there. You're just an old man, can't find it.
I'm scrolling down. Where is that? Where? You think you'd have a link that said like products or this is what like? Because look, if I was just going by this site alone, I think you just have one beer. Like this is it. This is all you sold. But I know I'm holding in my hand. You have something else.
I don't know. Maybe it's a cheap beer company and they're just first starting out. They can't afford to have a good website.
You can't afford a website.
Yeah, there he goes. Mango. There's Mango right there.
Yeah, I typed in a search for Mango Michelada, but that's not the...
Well, it's not the website, but who cares?
Oh, here we go. This is...
Is it a tall boy? You got yourself a tall boy? 40
No,
ounce?
I don't. I have a normal... Here, it's a normal size can, but this is it right here.
You got the giant glasses, right?
That's what I'm drinking. Yeah, this is the pack I bought.
You need the giant cup.
So, anyways, oh geez, look at this fucking thing. This website. Look at this.
Right there.
What the
giant mango one?
What the?
That's if you want to have stomach cancer.
Ronnie's drinking a Stewart's root beer. How is your Stewart's root beer? I like Stewart's root beer. It's pretty good. But you don't like Stewart's root beer now?
I don't like if it's alcoholic root beer. I don't like alcohol root beer. I just like
normal alcoholic root beer. Just
I don't know.
Stewart's.
We're talking about alcohol here. You bring up root beer.
Well, I didn't bring it up. She brought it up.
I know it's up.
Ronnie doesn't drink alcohol.
We don't know that. She has a tough life. She's trying to find Iron Man books. Okay.
Actually, if I was an Iron Man fan, I'd be an alcoholic. So
great.
So
if I was Iron Man, I'd be an alcoholic too.
Let's see. Let's go. This is Stewart's root beer right here. You find it in stores. This is popular.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
They make a really good orange cream soda too. So I like IBC root beer better if I'm going to buy fancy root beer, but
I'm the A&W guy all the way. This has always been. I've tried other ones. I've tried like Dave's Records, which is home brewed here in Kenosha, but
you don't like IBC?
I've never tried it.
Oh well, dude,
I can't say I don't like it or do like it.
IBC root beer is among my favorite root beers.
I usually try stuff if people pay for it, but I'm not going to go my way.
Well, I would buy you one if I lived nearby you. They're good root beers, really solid.
You can just ship me a card, or just give me
ship you a card.
Does buy a gift card? Give me the numbers. I'll go buy it. Use a gift card. Or something. I don't know.
What I buy you a bottle, pack it real nice, and ship it to you.
Or just give me an Amazon card.
$15 shipping and handling.
Give me an Amazon card. I'll get the 40 case.
Yeah.
You ever looked at Amazon when you go look this up? It's like, if you want to buy this, Baja Blast, we'll sell the syrup, like that box. It's like a $96 freaking dollars.
So let's get into comics. That's what people are here for. By the way, this is an open mic night. If you're part of the Discord channel, the link is in the Discord. You can come join us if you want.
Yeah, Zach or anybody who's in the chat.
If you feel that we're too boring and you want to spice things up, Zach wants to know if you're still sick.
Oh yeah, I'm still sick.
There you go, Zach. You found it here first.
I thought he was saying I thought there was an exclamation like, "You're still sick?" I'm like, yeah.
Our HR says, "How's everyone doing tonight?" I'm doing pretty well.
See, I think Eric Breen likes the passive as being boring. It helps him fall asleep faster.
Yeah.
So I like to help him out that way.
Is he asleep yet? He made his little snide
comment and then he's gone.
Remark at me, and then doesn't comment anymore.
He's got that job, working with the youths, so he's got to go to bed early.
Yeah, ever since he's got his new job, he's really been avoiding me. It's making me feel bad. He's
he normally
so much better than me now.
He normally avoids it, but now he's doing even more.
No, I used to be more bored, so he hung out with me.
Here he is. He says no. He's there.
So new comic book day is tomorrow or today, depending on what time zone you're in. I got some new comics showing up on the screen here. Any of these looking exciting for you?
Well, we got Thor, Flash. I'll be reading.
I figured you'd be getting this Flash annual. Who's doing it?
You
don't even know. You're like, no, I don't care.
It's Jeremy Adams.
Buy stuff.
I looked at it before. I don't remember, exactly all the time. But,
all right.
So it's I assume it'd be Jeremy Adams, and it says Jeremy Adams. That's the main guy who's been writing the book. Fernando Pascarin, whatever his name is, I can't read that little Pascarin. I'm not really a fan of his art. The guy that he had on beforehand with Joshua Williamson was actually better.
This is a neat variant cover. Get all the flashes. I don't like these sideways covers though.
Yeah.
But you get Brett Booth doing all the different flashes.
HR, he posts if you're in the Discord group, he posts a link in there. Yeah, you can jump on.
Yeah, if you're in the Discord, it's in the general. If you're not in the Discord, shame on you because it's a free invite. I've invited everyone. Eric Breen says, "What is a Ute?" Well,
it's like a youth, but you can't pronounce it, so you just say Ute.
2 Utes. All right, so you're gonna get the Flash annual. I'm getting some off the top row too. I'm getting Thor. I really like this cover, by the way. What do you think about this cover?
I like that one. I've been looking at the alternate ones too. There's a couple variants.
Yes, some of the variants are good. I'm
just hoping they're not clickbait.
There's something about this. I don't know. I just like the composition here of the lightning kind of refracting off of Cap's shield.
That kind of reminds me of the other one, the movie Avengers. Didn't they fight like that too?
I don't think Thor ever fought Cap in the movie.
It was Iron Man and Cap, but then Thor came in or something, didn't he? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
This one I don't really like.
No, that's not the Predator one.
The Predator looks too photorealistic. It's like really uncanny valley.
Well, he looks like an old woman with the white hair.
And Thor looks weird. It looks like a zombie Thor. So, and Thor versus a Predator, that just come on.
I wasn't talking about. There's other ones there too.
No, I know. I'm going through, and that was the first one.
I always skip the Predator ones.
Well, other people might like Predator stuff.
All right. Knock says
this one's kind of cool. I think this is the Kevin Kline.
One of the Zacks is backstage.
Oh yeah, not even looking at the backstage here.
I always look at private chat when it pops up.
Oh, I should probably put the private chat up. There we go.
About time he lets me. I was about to start yelling, Wilma.
Well, I saw your comment. in there, but I usually look to see what private. If you type in the private chat, then I'm
not used to people joining me. So, in my defense, it's one of those things,
He's an only child. He plays by himself.
I can understand that. I can understand where you're coming from there.
And What's up, gentlemen? Said is true. What do you think about this cover?
Let me see. It's not bad. It's not bad. I like it. I like the Odin Crows.
Yeah,
There's-
like Hugo and Moon and
The giant
The
arms, though.
skull. All those arms are jacked. That's how I like my Thor. I like my
Yeah.
Thor with
That reminds you of
jacked
the
arms.
Jason Aaron ones covers.
The
remember?
he's got the Terry Crews arms. I like that.
That's Hulk Hogan arms, bro.
Serious. This is the 26-inch pythons.
Yeah.
My only thing I don't like about this cover is the quote unquote bisexual lighting. It's really like the whole pastel blues and purples, but that's just my particular taste.
It looks like 80s to me.
I tell you what cover I like more though. I like that Brett Booth cover from the Flash Annual. That was
Yeah,
really-
but do you like the idea of the sideways covers? Those annoy me.
Good night, old man.
It's pick. I have to pick and choose. I don't normally, but I'll make exceptions for it. That Flash one, I'd make an exception for. But yeah, sometimes I don't.
What about this one?
That's kind of pretty. Who's that? Mark Brooks?
I don't even know. Doesn't say. Again, it looks like all the Thors. It's like all the people that wield the hammer. I'm trying to figure out the one that Venkman likes.
I like that one where he's fighting Lizard. That one's kind of cool.
Is this the one you like, Venkman? Venkman went away.
Oh yeah, he stepped back, I guess. Yeah, they're doing the variant covers where all the different heroes are fighting Spider-Man villains. I think Captain America had one with Kraven the Hunter last week. Well, it's because of the Sinister War. I think that starts this week, actually.
This is another one of those covers. It's just like Thor versus the Lizard, really. This would be like no contest. He'd hit the Lizard once and Lizard would be dead.
Oh, of course, but it's still a really cool looking cover.
It looks fine, but it's just weird. Like the Predators wouldn't stand a chance versus Thor.
Yeah, I'm just tired of seeing Predators everywhere too. It's like they did the same thing with the Xenomorph from Alien a little while back. It's like, okay, guys, we get it. You have alien rights. We understand.
I'm curious to see how they're going to do crossovers. Do you think they're going to do like aliens and predators in the Marvel universe?
Oh God, I hope not. If they wanted to do like Alien versus Predator as a comic book thing, like in its own universe world, I'd be all for that. I know that they do have their fans that like the Alien versus Predator movies.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
Can,
you gonna?
everyone hear me?
Yeah. No, you don't want to do that while someone's talking though. We run a professional ship here.
Oh, is it? Is it professional?
We're real professional.
Wow.
Just
I'll
kidding. How's it going, HR?
I'm doing fine.
Wait, which one of these is Tony S. Daniel?
None. Did Tony S. Daniel do something?
It says right there, variant cover artist.
Sometimes it may not be here because
Okay.
they don't always necessarily have because everything in this site is user submitted. So how many cover artists we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cover artist credits listed, and we do have 6 covers. So
They have like a dozen covers.
so this one is the Daniel, I think, the Lizard.
Oh, the Lizard one's fine. Okay. I can see it now looking at Thor. Yeah, I see it. Okay. I like Tony S. Daniel.
Yeah, he's good. He is good. I don't know where Venkman went. Maybe he's puking. I don't know.
Maybe. Poor guy.
I'm still gonna get this Cap one. That's a cool cover.
That is cool. Yeah, I heard what I think he was mentioning. It does kind of remind me of the first Avengers movie a little bit. It's really cool though. I always like it's like what's stronger, the hammer or the shield?
The hammer. That's pretty.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like
Well,
is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, Cap Shield is pretty strong. It's vibranium, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's adamantium too.
Adamantium and uru.
If you're going by the original comic version, it's also adamantium.
What?
And
I thought it was just
No,
vibranium.
they only can say it's vibranium. They can't. Up until recently, they didn't have the rights to X-Men and Wolverine, so they couldn't say adamantium. For the movies, I mean. In the
That's
comics.
weird. No, I mean in the comics, I thought that was the case.
It's been adamantium.
All right, take your word for it. Rorschach 10. Everyone's talking about this comic. It's the hottest book on the shelves. Just a fantastic story that's got everyone talking. What do you think?
It's Tom King.
Is it really?
That's what I think.
I'm being facetious.
I haven't heard anyone talk about it.
Exactly.
No.
It was brought up in a Spirit Wars as being one of the best comics.
Oh God.
Which I still think somebody was pulling legs.
And the fact
I
that
lost faith in Tom King. I'm sorry, but after that stuff with Batman and no. Just no.
Spider-Man's Shadow. Is anyone reading this?
That's one somebody brought up.
I heard that was good.
Is that Chip Zdarsky? It is Chip Zdarsky.
I read the first one and I was bored to tears.
I couldn't get past the art. I really want to read this because it is
art,
Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah. Who's doing the art?
Pascal Ferry.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, that's what the cover looks like. The interior, it's the same kind of art,
Except it's not. The interior is even worse. Like
it's
he took more time with the cover.
Yep.
I heard it was good writing.
I've heard people really like it, and I'm like, wow. If you can get past that art, then it must be a good story. Because Chip Zdarsky wrote my favorite Spider-Man story.
It's turning him
maybe of all time. That year, the what's it called? The what?
Life Story.
Life Story. I think might be the best Spider-Man story I ever read.
Is that the one where it goes through the decades and the ages?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good.
He's also writing a Justice League story over at DC. It's not part of the Bendis series. It's like a standalone.
I thought he was doing like a backup. Oh no, it was a miniseries, right?
It's a miniseries. Yeah, it was like a digital first series, and now it's just going to print.
He's also part of the anthology stuff too.
Yeah, he's over there at DC, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. I like it, but he's not like on a book.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, why are you over there having him just do like he's doing a backup in one of the I think it's Urban Legends, that $8 Spider-Man book or no Batman book. I mean, $8. I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $8 just so I can read 8 pages of Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah.
But
which number title is that? Number 8 of Batman. Isn't there like 8 Batman titles now?
Oh gee, I can't even keep track. We'll probably run across it as we scroll here. So there is a Detective Comics is the number one.
How is it number 1 based on what's sold on Tuesday?
No. So this site
list or something, isn't it?
Yeah, this is based on the members. How many of the users of this site? How many people have it on their pull list? So Batman Detective Comics is the most pulled book,
which is weird because Mariko Tamaki.
Yeah, wow.
I know, but
even a broken clock can be right twice a day.
But people are liking it.
Yeah,
like I tell people, I'm like, there ain't no way I'm fucking reading Mariko Tamaki shit. They're like, oh, it's actually pretty good. And I'm like, all right. But it is a Dan Mora art too.
I will say this though, I love the Dan Mora art, but I mean the Mariko Tamaki story has been better than what is happening over at Tinian.
So it's not Batman just like sitting in the cave eating.
No, it's not. No,
or whatever.
Man, they do have backup stories with Huntress in there.
Alfred, bring me some more sandwiches and tea.
Hey. Too soon.
Hey, Alfred's not there to bring sandwiches.
I know.
Alfred.
He calls Alfred for sandwiches, but then oh no, Alfred's and he just cries into his mask.
Sinister War.
Yeah, I'm picking that one up. I'm picking Sinister War. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one.
Well, it's a return of original Doc Ock.
Yeah,
Sinister.
That's actually a clone.
It's Nick Spencer.
It's the first appearance of Doc Ock, right?
Mark Bagley, or Bagley, however you say his name.
So Nick Spencer left Amazing Spider-Man, but he's doing a mini series. This feels like Tom King all over again. Remember when Tom King left Batman, but now he's doing Batcat?
He hasn't left Spider-Man yet. He's still doing Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's still on it.
He'll be off it soon.
Oh yeah.
This is like one of his. This is like getting towards his big hurrah.
This seems to me like this should be in Amazing Spider-Man. It doesn't need its own miniseries.
I think it's more of an event than a miniseries.
Yeah, like King in Black.
I mean, I don't think it's got
They
a bunch
could've
of
just done
tie-ins or
like,
anything. But
Oh, it seems like it's just
Superman Reborn.
it's so they can sell all these covers. That's why. Look at that.
hey, that Mark Bagley one is pretty
Oh
sweet.
god, that
It's busy, but I really like it.
I'll save you the problem of having to buy it. You can just click on the poster right there, right click save as, and then print it on photo paper. There you go, and then frame it. I've done that many times, man.
It's a neat cover. I appreciate the cover. I just I don't know. This annoys me when I have stuff like this. Should clearly be part of Amazing Spider-Man. This should just be a storyline.
What annoys me, there's a book called Batman Detective when there's a detective comics going on.
Right.
You don't need more than one detective.
Except that this one is not Batman. I don't think.
Apparently Max Dillon's Electro is coming back in it.
Oh, maybe it is Batman. God. I can't see. That's another thing too. It's like what Spider-Man was doing several years ago, where you'd pick up a Spider-Man book, but is it Doc Ock Spider-Man? Is it Miles Morales Spider-Man? Is it Peter Parker Spider-Man? You don't know. It could be anyone.
Yep.
It's like this is the same thing. Is this Tim Fox Batman? Is it Bruce Wayne Batman? I don't know.
Well, actually, that's Bruce Wayne, and it feels like they're just doing like a Tom Taylor did before with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, while Spencer was doing Amazing. So you're getting like two different stories.
Good things about Batman the Detective. Yeah.
So we got another. Is anyone picking up Urban Legends? This is like
no. Oh no.
It's too expensive for me to just get a bunch of anthology stories. I've heard there's some good ones in there, but it's not worth the price tag.
It's not.
It's probably cheaper over on Comixology.
I'd rather read it on. I'd rather read it on.
Look, it's $8.
$8. Yeah, I'd rather just wait if there's like a collection or something they do.
Well, I mean, it's 64 pages, but it's like the problem is that versus Zetascope, which has the same amount of pages for that price. Zetascope, I know I'm going to love the whole entire story. It's one giant story. This is multiple stories, and you're lucky to get maybe one you like out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I mean, I can't fault Zetascope for going back to quarterly, but at least quarterly you're getting actually what you're paying for. You're getting good stuff. This is just like like you're getting maybe something you may like, you don't know. And then with DC has a track record, especially with Marvel too, they put people on there you don't care to read books by.
Look at I just have to read this solicit here for the last story in the book. Batgirls. Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown are just two teenagers breaking into Wayne Manor so they can play some video games. But when Oracle gives them a mission, the Batgirls suit up and head to an abandoned arcade to investigate.
What the hell?
Sounds like the Harvey Boys, but not.
$8 wasted. Oh. Like in South Park when they deposit the money and it's gone.
It's hit or miss in that book, so
I'll just wait until the Zdarsky story is collected in a trade. Anything else? There's nothing. Man, these top books are full of bad. Like, Oblivion Song is really good.
I love that.
Yep, there it is.
Infinite Frontier, number 2. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Infinite Frontier. I just saw that. Frontier number 2. Joshua Williamson.
No one's looking forward to Turtles or Iron Man or X-Corp.
Well, it depends what Turtles is.
Except Last Ronin.
If it's not Jenica in there, if it's just regular Turtles, then people aren't going to like it. But if Jenica's in there, then
regular Turtles is Jenica.
I've actually got a comic somewhere with Jenica on it. I got the cover artist. He did one of the variants. I was able to get him. He penciled in a little. What's his name? Shredder. So I'm holding on to that.
Honestly,
that extreme card, the cards black and white.
Getting our Superman action comics currently. Then
Justice League Last Ride. That's the Zdarsky book right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long is this?
I think it's 5 issues.
I hate when they do this. Like, it's a mini series, but they don't say
Yeah,
anywhere.
you're right. It doesn't say it up there. Crime Syndicate. They say it's a mini.
That's
Mhm.
whenever you guys are talking about like what's a miniseries and what is a miniseries. I have no idea. Everything's ongoing until it gets canceled. That's how I
Yeah.
look at everything. I've
Yeah.
never.
Well, that's the way Marvel does it. I'm used to that, but with DC, they usually will put. I'm trying to
One of
see if I
five.
can give you an example. Yeah, though, like they put it in the trade dress, like here in the Infinite Frontier, you can see. And load up.
2 of 6.
Yeah.
It says limited series or 3 of 6.
And
Yeah.
see that's cool.
Yeah. Let you know.
Wasn't
they
there
do that.
First by J.M. Matisse, like Justice League series.
We haven't gotten to that yet. Let's see.
Hold on, I think it was
That was last week. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronnie says modern comics are always planned miniseries when they get canceled. So here's yet another Batman book, Future State Gotham.
Yeah, that's been going on. Josh Williams is on there.
They're stretching this guy too thin, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's good, but yeah, he can get burnt out unless he's got like a huge roadmap that he presented with DC, which I don't know if he did or didn't. But I like what I'm reading from him so far, though.
This cover artist is starting to get hot. I believe this is the same artist that does We Only Find Them When They're Dead.
Who's that?
That is
Giannis Milo Gian. I can't pronounce it.
Milian Jonas.
It's on Simone Di Mio.
Wait, does he have the same first name as his last name?
No. His first name is Giannis, and his last name is Milo No Giannis.
Yeah, he's got Giannis in both the first name and the last name.
If you're talking about the cover artists, it was Simone Di Mio.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy's interior does that. Is it?
Oh.
Who does Let's find. And I'm all.
They've got the complete collection of Injustice Year Zero coming out.
Cool.
With the Justice Society.
I gave up on. I used to play the series Injustice, but it was fun.
For those, anybody watch Flash tonight?
No.
Jay Garrick was back.
I went to go see Black Widow instead. Which, Venkman was right. It was a good movie.
I'm burnt out on Marvel movies.
I did get it right. I got the name wrong. So Simone Di Meo is the artist of We Only Find Them When They're Dead. This is really good. This is a really cool art book, by the way. So I was like, yeah, it looks like the same guy. He's doing the covers for. He did one of the alt covers for the issue 12 of Firepower that I was like really tempted to get.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know why I'm sitting here on the Gotham book. What else is coming out tomorrow?
Skybound X #2.
Oh, no. You got to stay on the list here. Silver Coin. Anyone getting Silver Coin?
No.
This is a Chip Zdarsky issue.
What's it about?
It's a horror book. It's not an anthology, but it's every issue is a new story.
Okay. So
type
this
of
is
thing.
It's Jeff Lemire.
It's Jeff Lemire. Sorry, I got
this is
Zdarsky. I think did another issue. Anyways,
Jeff Lemire is a good writer. So
yeah,
I definitely get his stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Wrote a couple of
issues. They got Chip Zdarsky, Ed Brisson, Michael Walsh, Kelly Thompson. You got a bunch of different writers.
Everyone I know that's reading this, including Skip, likes it a lot. Says it's a good book, and every book is a different story by a different writer.
Okay.
And so my understanding is you don't have to I missed the first 3 issues. Like you can pick it up anywhere.
So is it kind of like Black Mirror, where like every episode?
Yeah, that's how I understand it. Like or like Ice Cream Man, where thematically they're carryover, but like not a linear story.
Gotcha.
So I'm kind of curious to check that out, and so a lot of people are talking about it. Carnage, black, white, and blood. No one cares about. It seems like because no one talks about it.
Tired of all the black and white variations.
Me too.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman, black, white, and gold. Wolverine, black, white, and red.
Spider Woman is another one. Oh,
Spider Woman, yeah, she's fighting Lady Bullseye. It looks
I
like.
thought that was canceled or done.
Nah,
Yeah, I thought so too. Apparently,
she's
it's
still going.
still
She's still got
going.
That, still got that classic outfit too.
Man, I have to.
Wait, what happened to the new outfit?
Oh, they did away with that after like 10 issues, I think.
She put it in a garbage can
Because it was trash. That's why.
So they went back to the original.
Like the new Miles Morales costume. Oh
I think they even made a comment about how she even made a comment herself how she liked her butt in this one.
Good for her. You can like the way your butt looks in a suit.
I know how people say like, "Oh, she still has a mom butt." I'm like, "What's wrong with mom butts, dude?"
Yeah. Well, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
A little insight into what Vinkman finds attractive there.
Here's the little DC slap in the face to fans. Here's the Super Sons you want. They're not part of continuity because we fucked up both these characters in the continuity. But for those of you who really still want to read stories about them, you can read these. I don't know what you call these. They're just there.
Well, Skip and Dash said he's getting silver coins.
Yeah, that's why I said Skip and Tosh really likes it.
No, it was called video. I was looking. A lot of people are apparently into that stuff.
But look, it's that same artist.
Oh, the same guy.
That I was just talking about. That does. We only find them when they're dead. That's the Mio guy.
That's
I really like
the Gotham character. He has to draw
his
all the
coloring
Gotham.
on not just the art, but his coloring he makes it so vibrant, but yet it works. I don't know. There's something about that.
It makes it look futuristic.
Well, and that's the thing. I wonder who did the Future State Harley Quinn because that's what it reminds you of. That kind of.
That I don't know, but yeah, I normally don't like really kind of garish coloring like that. Like it's almost like it's too stark, but he makes it work for me. By the way, welcome, Skip. Good to see you.
Skippity, Skip. What's up, Skip?
And he says the Chip Zdarsky story was the first issue and it was the best, which does not surprise me at all. Hopefully, Lemire can give him a run for his money. Is anyone getting Extreme Carnage Scream #1?
That's going to be a no.
There's no excitement. Is anyone getting Extreme Carnage?
No, because it's not Kate's.
They when does Extreme Carnage come out?
I don't even know. Like no one cares about this event. It's like
I was gonna say they've got the new Venom movie coming out with Carnage, so if they time it right, they could potentially make a lot of sales.
Extreme Carnage came out last week or last month. I'm not sure.
Last month. Oh, okay. Venom 2 doesn't come out, I think, until.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of the Extreme. This is Extreme Carnage Scream, so it's out now. The event is going on.
Yeah, last week it says Ryuk.
But no one is talking about this. It was like Absolute Carnage. Everyone was hot for.
We were talking about
King in Black, hot. This is like it's like Terminator 3. It's like
it was brought up, because we said we're talking about us, a couple weeks ago, and we're on Englete's show, and I pointed out it's like it's not even Kate, so why would I care about it? Kate said Absolute Carnage.
Who's writing Extreme?
It's some other guy. It's not. Is it Gary? I can't remember who it was. It was
Terry Johnson for Extreme Carnage.
Ryuk says he's getting Extreme Carnage.
Frigging a-holes ignoring the chat.
Ryuk's getting it. Ryuk, is it any good? Because here's the thing, man.
It could be good.
I wasn't interested in Absolute Carnage, but it was because of what Donny Cates was doing in the Venom storyline and with the whole symbiotes that I was like, okay, I will give you a chance because you're doing this thing good enough to warrant. But if I just was done with the symbiote, and we just had the Null storyline. King in Black should have wrapped up all the symbiote stuff, and we should put that in a drawer for like 5 years. Be just done. Like, okay, we just had the epic. We don't need to it reminds me of like the Thanos stuff. After they brought back Thanos, they told the big old Infinity story and they did all this stuff. And they just kept doing Thanos story after Thanos story after Thanos story, and it was like, stop it! And then they gave it to this. Who did they give it to? Some female writer. I can't remember who it was. Was it Kelly Sue DeConnick? No,
I don't know, but your boy Skip said he was backstage for 20 minutes and he ignored him.
I didn't ignore him.
Well,
I was stupid and didn't see you.
Well, I mean, I would say Skip was stupid if he didn't comment in private chat saying hello, because we could have said something.
I do have the private chat up, so my deepest and heartfelt, sincere apologies. Skip. I would never ignore you. But I would be stupid and miss it because I am stupid.
It's a story focused on Flash and Carnage. Carnage never die. Oh, Flash Thompson. Yeah, isn't Flash Thompson Venom again?
Yeah.
Or Agent Venom again? That's kind of exciting. I liked Agent Venom.
Anti-Venom.
Is it Agent Anti? He's Anti-Venom now? Agent Anti-Venom?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I guess. You know me. I hate legacy shit. Just one Venom. That's it. The more you have a symbiote characters all over the place, the less special each of them become, in my opinion.
Well, okay. Skip said he was driving the Panda. So.
Oh, got to get some of that Panda.
Or going to see a panda? I don't know. Not sure.
He's going to go see Kung Fu Panda.
No, he's getting some of that Panda Express.
See, Skip's with me. He likes Agent Venom.
With Flash, yeah. And they actually did something with Flash. After he lost his legs.
Yeah, it gave him something to do. He was interesting.
Otherwise,
what does Skip know? He doesn't like Snot Rider.
Wow. That's not true. It's not true.
Skip. If I ever do a YouTube comic book show, you can come hang out with me.
How do those boots taste?
Skip says that he doesn't like Scott Ryder. Or Scott. No,
Snyder.
Whatever.
Snyder.
He says that, but he's in the closet. He probably has a whole bunch of his comics.
Yeah, I like
a lot.
He's got like all of them. He's like, I hate this guy. Because
remember when he goes at camera, we can't see to the right of him or the left.
Scott Snyder is one of the few comic book creators on Twitter that hasn't cursed me out or anything. So I like the guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Mm-hmm. I even got into a big argument in DMs with him, and he still doesn't block me, which is more than I can say for half of comic book creators out there, most of which have never interacted with me at all, but yet still block me.
More than I can say for Chris Can't Write Well.
I mean, I haven't been blocked by Dan Slott.
You haven't?
Not in this count.
Oh my God, he blocks everybody.
Let me see if I'm still blocked from Dan Slott. Because he blocked like a lot of people.
Anytime you say something that he doesn't agree with, you're gone.
He spends more time blocking people than he does actually writing.
He's like that fat nerdy guy who works the comic shop at Simpsons. He thinks he's right and everything.
They had a function where he blocks one person and the person that follows that one person are blocked as well.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the blockchain. Yeah.
Only bitches do blockchains.
What's it? Ash, I'm looking here at the screen. I see Black Hammer. Wasn't there a crossover between DC and Black Hammer not too long back?
Yeah, they did a Justice League Black Hammer crossover.
I was kind of curious about checking that out.
Black Hammer, that's about MC Hammer. So
I reviewed the first issue. I couldn't get past. I mean, it's not that I couldn't get past the first issue. It wasn't interested. It was kind of boring, but I don't really know anything about Black Hammer. I think maybe if I were a Black Hammer fan, it might have appealed to me more.
It's the real life story of upbringing of MC Hammer. His rise to fame.
Cult Film Video says he loves Kate's cover for Absolute Carnage #1, but his King in Black cover sucked pygmy dicks.
Wow.
You know that Kate's is not an artist, right?
I'm surprised he...
Just want to put that out there.
Skip, you're right. I apologize. I got my blocks mixed up.
I was wondering if you were ever going to correct yourself. You kept saying blockchain. It's funny.
Blockchain. I've been looking at cryptocurrency.
You're running a blockchain on me. The crypto tech.
Well, it kind of is a blockchain. I mean, it's not the blockchain that Skip's talking about, but I've heard it called a blockchain because it's kind of like a chain, like you block based off of
who you're
who's
following.
other, like
Yeah.
they run. Anyways,
LOL, Ash didn't lie. Snot Rider is my least favorite. He just writes the comic version of Roland Emmerich. Hey, Roland Emmerich movies. Roland Emmerich movies are a fun time, sir.
no,
Or at least some of them are. I don't know about all of them. but
Roland
some of them
Emmerich
are.
is one of those directors where I see his name on the credit and I go, up, stay away. I will not watch it.
I would say Scott Snyder is kind of like
Wait,
he's equivalent to what Zack Snyder does in movies.
So you're saying you've never seen Independence Day or The Patriot?
Oh yeah, I know. I saw Independence Day. I walked out of that theater and wanted to break things.
Are you what?
Really?
Yeah, that was one of the most.
Independence Day?
That was one of the most hyped up movies
Oh, I love
of that year. I was like,
That's
I was
an
walking in
amazing
thinking I was going to
movie.
get to see the new Star Wars, and instead I got to see dumb Will Smith playing
my
a Men in Black
God.
character, punching
Wow.
aliens. Welcome to Earth, punch.
I saw that movie like 20 times that summer.
Dude.
Like,
So brain dead.
I ate a
dumb.
whole. I remember that movie because that was the day I got sick of eating M&Ms. I ate a whole entire bag of M&Ms, like a pound.
I will say to its credit, though, if you watch other Roland Emmerich films, such as Universal Soldier or what's the Day After Tomorrow,
that one was dumb. I will give you that one. That is a dumb movie.
Universal
think-
Soldier, yes. Great
Wait,
movie.
Roland Emmerich, like the guy who directed 2012?
yeah,
Did he do
2012, the 1 million
he did
BC.
2012.
He did The Patriot, which is my
Yeah.
first R-rated movie. That was a great movie.
That's the only movie he did that didn't blow chunks.
The Day After Tomorrow, awesome.
I didn't see The Day After Tomorrow. I saw 2012. Isn't that basically the same thing?
Well, no, that's where we're flooded the whole.
Like
After
it's a-
Tomorrow is fucking
it's a-
horrible.
They're both climate change movies.
I wanted to kick puppies after I saw Day After Tomorrow.
You probably did, you puppy kicker.
Yeah, Independence
So
Day.
you hate
hater.
so you hate Stargate too?
Oh yeah, that was it. Stargate. Yeah, Stargate. Another
Wow.
terrible. They're terrible, man. I mean, they're great eye candy movie. You walk in like, here's the thing, and I saw the Day After Tomorrow, and that was one of his later films, and I was like, oh, I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, this looks amazing. And then I was like, oh, it's Roland Emmerich, but like that trailer still got me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give him a chance. And I was like, why did I do this?
Do you know what his worst movie is? Is White House Down, which is a ripoff of
That was a ripoff of
Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it came out around the same time. Yeah, I remember that. But White House Down, I think, was at least it was advertised more as
But-
like a comedy, like an action comedy, maybe.
The 13th Floor, Eight-Legged Freaks.
Let's see. Where does he start off here? Universal Soldier. Okay, terrible. Stargate, terrible.
What?
Independence Day, terrible. Godzilla, one of the worst freaking movies ever put on screen.
Oh man, me and my sister, we have a fun time riffing on that movie.
It's good to riff on. The Patriot, some weird anomaly that I don't know how he didn't make it. Day After Tomorrow, wanted to kick puppies. 10,000 BC, blow chunks. 2012, are you fucking kidding me? His Independence Day Resurgence.
Okay, that was bad.
Yes.
This guy is just nonstop, and this is why I haven't seen Midway yet, because I've seen the trailers. I'm like, oh, I
Midway's
love World War II
fantastic.
movies.
He
wanna-
did do Midway.
Everyone's like,
Yep.
oh, Midway is really good, and I'm like, I go look at his resume, and I'm like, no, his movies are. I've been sucked in. Fool me twice, fool me 5 times, fool me 8 times. I'm done, Roland Emmerich. I'm done.
I think that's on my list.
Your problem is you look at who's directing what
Godzilla.
movies. That's a problem. Is you're so like anal about spending your money. You look at who's directing something.
I'm
you
able
write it
about
off.
spending my money. No, it's because I do spend money. It's easier when you don't spend money on films.
No, the one that came out in 2019.
Yeah, it's like a fairly new. I think one of the Jonas Brothers is in it.
Yep, and yeah.
Kelly Clarkson, I think, is in it. It's got a bunch of actors and celebrities. in
Kelly
it.
Clarkson and the Jonas Brothers is not selling the movie for me.
Okay, it's
For
one
real
of
actors.
the Jonas Brothers.
You
But
tell me next. You're gonna tell me, oh yeah, I think what's his name? The guy, I'm just blowing it now. The YouTuber that fought Jake Paul.
PewDiePie?
I think Logan Paul's in it.
Paul?
I'm like, no, put actors in movies.
Hold on.
how did we get on this?
No,
I don't know how we got on
Ed Screen and Patrick
Someone
Wilson.
mentioned
I think,
Woody Harrelson.
I think that was KSI.
Someone mentioned Roland Emmerich, and I got triggered. I apologize.
Patrick Wilson's in as along with Woody Harrelson, Luke Evans. You know,
Oh, okay.
it was Randy Moore. It wasn't freaking Kelly Clarkson.
Randy Moore. I get the two of them mixed up.
Retard.
They both sing, and then they both went to acting.
Dennis Quaid, Aaron Eckhart.
Skip triggered me. That's he's taking credit for it right now. He got me to be like the dude at the Trump coronation on the ground, just going no.
Thanks, Skip.
Yeah, just don't end up like a Karen screaming at Victoria's Secret.
What about Skybound X?
Skybound Next #2
Every week.
I like that cover.
I just don't know how to feel about the whole Rick Grimes 2000. It just feels so weird. And then you're bringing back characters like Lori's.
I kind of dig it though.
I mean,
I'm kind of digging it too. I get that it's weird.
It's a little Elseworldy.
It feels more like
Indiana Jones
Invincible than it does.
Well, yeah, it does. Invincible, yes.
Well, it's Ryan Otley, so I mean, it's gonna.
But I wonder, is it?
No, but I mean the writing and the whole like feel of the book feels like the way he wrote Invincible, where it's sort of that just off kilter feeling. Like you're like, this is a bizarro.
Yeah, but I wonder what it's going to be at the end. If it's going to end up being like a bad dream.
Like that's the dream he wakes up from in the hospital bed, and then he goes into the real world.
Yep.
Could be.
That I wouldn't put it past him.
Or it's not his dream. It's Negan who's tripping on shrooms.
So what cover are you guys getting?
Probably that one because my LCS hasn't been getting a whole lot of the variants.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't been. What else do they have though?
I'm getting this one.
So I can be jealous.
This is a bad one I'm buying.
Ooh, I like that one.
You know me, I'm a big Birthright fan, so I saw this, I was like, hell yeah.
That looks fun.
Are you not going to get the Machine Boy one?
No.
looks like a little Dragon Ball Z anime or something.
I mean, nothing to knock Machine Boy.
Oh, Chip Zdarsky's our boy Zdarsky popping up in this.
Well, we know you're getting the Birthright one.
Yeah, he's doing a Stillwater story.
Okay.
Stillwater is one of
I'm getting stock cover because that's the only one with Rick Grimes on it.
Yeah, I'm getting the regular one too. I like.
I'm apparently the only Birthright fan in here.
Well, I'm sure Skip is too, right?
I would think so.
Oh, I think I'm the only one. I think. But you know what's weird to me is that they're not doing like you'd think the Birthright alternate cover would appear on the issue that has the Birthright story in it. It doesn't. And then Murder Falcon is going to have a story in here. Daniel Warren Johnson is doing an alternate cover on a different issue.
Oh, Daniel Warren Johnson.
You know you could
so you think that they would swap it. Put Daniel Warren Johnson.
If you really want to, an issue, you can just take the covers and swap them if you want to.
Oh, yeah, I could. I could just get like an X-Acto knife and slice it off. That's a good idea.
You're so weird, Pinkman. Why would you do that?
I'm sure that won't hurt the collectability of the book at all.
No, you'll the only one. No.
Hey,
be one of a kind.
Hey, look, that's like what he has. He has the first comic appearance of Zatanna, but there's no cover on it. It's like you can have the first comic book appearance of Clementine.
I wouldn't use
no cover.
I would pull the staple, open the staples up.
This is a fun looking cover, to be honest. I want to know more about it.
It's kind of fun looking.
This reminds me of like old school
anime,
60s, 70s manga.
That reminds me more of what's that freaking Steven Universe?
Nah, this isn't Steven. This is more like a Spirited Away or Puyo Puyo, one of those like Studio Ghibli, like old Studio Ghibli type.
Yeah, the ones that
Castle
reminds me. I can't remember the names of them, but they're the way the anime and manga had a style before the 80s that you know nowadays you look at something and say that's an anime style or manga style just because of the way they draw faces and eyes and stuff. They didn't always used to do that. They used to draw it more like this with like the little beady eyes and the stubby noses and the fat cheeks. That was a lot.
It's Snarf.
Hold on. Hey, Ash.
Yo.
I think I know what you're talking about. think I can pull it up on my computer because there was an old manga on that named Dororo or something. Dororo or something.
Well, I mean, a lot of manga artists do that. It was like a style, like just like how a manga has a style today, with it's very like they just across the board. Most artists fit within that style. It had a style, you know, a uniform like visual style back in the 60s and 70s that was like completely different.
Paulo's here. Time to wind down, everybody.
Well, it's not that late. It hasn't even hit midnight yet.
I know. Paulo's up early.
Yeah, Paulo, what's going on?
Yeah. Speaking of manga, is anyone reading anything new on that front?
No, we're talking about the new books coming out tomorrow. Who's getting a lot?
I don't know. I'm thinking
who has a store that'll carry the lot?
Is that another horror book?
No, it looks like a kind of a noir book. It's it's a bad idea.
Oh,
so your chances of getting one of these, it's like getting the golden bar, the Willy Wonka bar.
Don't even talk to me about bad idea, man. I'm still salty. I'm not going to ever get that Robert Venditti Tankers.
I'm actually pulling 10 books for tomorrow, but none of those are on the list.
10? I'm getting like 5.
Well, I gotta get actually, sorry, 9. Because Dynamite.
Go ahead.
I'm getting Dynamite, Flash Annual, Infinite Frontier, A Man Among Ye, number 5, Robin Hood, Goldilocks Annual, number 1, Skybound X, and then Tarna the Last Terrakian, number 6 is finally coming out. Thor, then Vampiro, Purgatory.
I'm getting.
You guys are skipping all ahead.
Well,
I'm sorry. I was all my titles we've already gone over, except for one. So.
I think Skip is getting a lot, so we'll have to find out from him how good it is.
Skip a lot.
Skip a lot. Sir Skip a lot.
There's a title I'm gonna start picking up. G.I. Joe.
Really?
I'm gonna start getting G.I. Joe.
Why?
I think. I don't know. I've been seeing some videos about it. Some friends have been talking about it. This is the Larry Hama written. It's not like one of the mini series or anything, or it's not the. There was another series. I forgot who was writing it, but it was like a more modern, progressive almost take on the title. This isn't that though. This is like the classic G.I. Joe looking characters from what I've seen.
Larry Hama will be the one to do that for sure.
Yeah.
There's also Chuck Dixon run on the G.I. Joe series.
And IDW can certainly use your money.
Because I heard Chuck Dixon wants to.
It's Zeb Wells. He said. To Skip. She said that.
Zeb Wells. I know Zeb Wells. I know his name.
He's got sleigh bells on his list.
Paulo wants to know if this is a new Norse mythology. It is.
What's this?
This is a book. I'm thinking about picking. Maybe when this is all finally done and collected.
Ooh, Neil Gaiman
book, but it's based on his novel. I guess it's a novel.
Yeah, he's got one on the. There's one on the trade already on the shelf on the wall, on the LCS.
Yeah, this is volume 2.
So is this actually based off of actual Norse mythology?
Yes, this is like real Norse mythology, but told from like Gaiman's, his viewpoint, like So it's like Neil Gaiman's spin on real Norse mythology.
That's cool.
Which I'm a fan of Norse mythology and Neil Gaiman.
Does he have little black girls as being people?
Hold on.
Cult film videos. I like Norse. It's got boobs.
Hold on. I'm thinking. Didn't Simonson have like a book on Norse mythology called Ragnarok?
IDW has a book called Ragnarok, which is by the Simonson, Walt and Louise Simonson, and it's a fictional story of Thor and the Viking the Asgardian gods.
The Asgardian.
It's not like the Marvel version though, huh?
No. It's IDW. It's based on real. Sorry, Norse. Not real, but it's based on the authentic. More the real lore.
Yeah.
The Norse gods are real. What are you talking about?
Shush. You don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. It's true.
Hey,
You
Venkman's
promised
not
me
getting a red-
Darkness from Behemoth Comics. This is pretty high up for polls for a company I've never heard of.
You promised me Darkness.
It's a the 2-issue.
I've never heard of this, and this is pretty high.
Never heard of that one.
Honestly, never heard of it either.
More people are pulling it than. I hate how I have to do this every time.
It's pretty low on my list. I mean, maybe it's about halfway.
It's not high. I'm saying it's high for a company under. I mean, it's above My Little
okay.
Pony Transformers. It's above Moths
Well,
from
it's-
AWA.
it's-
It's above Red
Dynamite,
Sonja.
The Boys.
It's above
Oh,
Ninjak #1. Holy shit!
Bet Venkman would like to be above Red Sonja.
Hold on.
It's above Ninjak #1.
Not really. She kills people.
Wait,
Let
what's
Let this sink in. Valiant Comics has a new #1 of one of their main characters,
I forgot about
and less people are pulling it than You Promised Me Darkness from Behemoth Comics.
Sweet. And sorry, I'm looking at. I mean, and I have another book to my list.
which one? Red Sonja?
It's done. The Sumerian mayonnaise of the book.
I just saw that cover. That was gonna be one of my next guesses.
The story, the stories have been good. They said they're Robert Howard exact stories. They're not changing it at all.
I'm sure the covers have nothing at all. No bearing on your decision
I mean,
at all.
there are better covers than the main cover you saw there. Yeah,
I'm
but-
seeing them.
but I mean, I usually don't get a Blaze stuff. I mean, I've got it. I've got the past ones too. I said I'm not a big Conan fan, but a Blaze has been putting out those Robert E. Howard ones, original stories. Man, they're actually pretty good.
What's this Beyond the Breach?
I don't know.
do not know.
You have to read it, find out what would be on there.
Written by Ed Brisson.
Beyond the
The only
Beach.
reason I ask is because Aftershock Comics, I believe these are the guys that did that recent comic We Live. That's going for crazy amounts of money now.
They have they did another story. They just had the first issue a few weeks back called Seven Swords that I picked up. That was a pretty good one. I haven't heard about this one.
Now I'm just wondering if this had anything connected than the We Live, because it has a similar sci-fi weirdness look to it. Yeah, it's like $150 now to get We Live.
Jeez.
And it just came out. Some of these indie books, man, they just jump through the roof. No one's getting Moths. I haven't heard anyone talk about Moths. That's the J. Michael Straczynski book for AWA.
Behemoth published Girl Walks Home at Night and MFKRZ. Both are which of foreign comics that have already been adapted to film.
Yeah, Barbarella #1. You're not getting this, Fangman?
I'm not. Oh, I haven't been getting it.
This #1. You couldn't have been getting it.
I've seen previews for it before.
I'm showing you a preview right here on the screen.
I know. I probably won't get it. I don't care for the movie either.
Come on, like you would care for a movie of Vampirella.
Well, the Vampirella actually had a decent movie, but the Barbarella, have you ever seen those? Not really that good. It's like Flash Gordon. Who likes that?
Sarah
I love Flash
Hoyt.
Gordon. I'm just look at this cover, Venkman. You're gonna look.
Well, I know it is. It's that Perillo guy. But I mean, I can't buy every book he does. I just be buying for the covers.
This is a brand new writer.
Well,
I've
you
never heard of
could
this
stop
writer before.
buying the variant covers, and
I
you'd
could
have
just start
more.
reading them online. That's good. No, the variant.
Wow, there's a lot of cover. Look how much shit on
There's
the
a
covers there is.
ton.
I know.
There are
Holy
a ton of
F-balls.
Because #1.
And there's some version of the same cover.
Yeah,
Come on.
I thought one of these was a J.S. Campbell, but it's Jamie Tyndall.
Jamie Tyndall's been doing. Yeah, he said some good stuff.
Yeah, he does some really good stuff. Yeah.
Who's the publisher of this?
It's Dynamite.
Dynamite, huh?
It's a new Dynamite book.
You sure?
Yeah.
It doesn't have Dynamite listed anywhere.
Look at the very top left corner.
Yeah. It's right above where it says Barbarella #1 at the top.
Not on the name. At the top of the page. Where's the
Oh,
name?
up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
up there. Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, but normally, like on the book, they have like the Dynamite logo.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I don't know if this one's gonna be woke or not, Paulo. It's a brand new writer. I think this is her first book.
Cyril.
Paulo's excited about this one.
Cyril
Which one?
White.
Man Eaters.
Oh,
the Curse
no.
#1.
Is this Chelsea something?
Chelsea Kane's new sequel to
Yeah.
Man Eaters. Look at this. Come on.
Ask me about my crappy book.
That's
I mean, how can you pass up cover art like this?
that's so
This is-
Illuminati.
It's so
Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah,
and,
right.
And if you want, you have a choice of variant cover art. Here you go. You can get this amazing comic art.
That's literally nothing.
Yeah, like Chelsea Kane must be allergic to money.
Wait. With a butter? Was it the butterfly?
It's just allergic to money.
She must be allergic to money. She must really love writing, but she's like, if I get too much money from sales, I break out in hives.
Oh, this is what you're talking about. That
Yeah.
This is what Venkman was saying. You can see why he's getting it.
This is why he's like, I don't care about Barbarella. I saw this.
And that's one of the more
It is
tame
weird though
ones.
that they're doing, but that's typical what Conan is. Conan is all about that.
Yeah.
That's one of the more tame covers too.
I know, really. Holy shit.
Yeah. This is I like this cover.
And this
I
is
like
a
the
this is a
Man Eaters of Zambula.
this is the Blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze is really trying to take off by putting a lot of cheese on there.
Continues his uncensored adventures. Discover the true Conan, unrestrained, violent, and
there's-
sexual.
I wonder
Read
if
the
they're.
story as he intended.
There's nudity in all the books, dude. It's
I
really
wonder
weird.
if they have that in the solicit as like a little jab at Marvel, since they have Conan
sure.
in their books now. It's like, hey,
This is
that's
true
the
status
kid
Conan.
version. This is the real Conan.
Well, that's
This
the
is-
thing. Like the art, this publisher knows that Conan fans want a certain thing, and it's
Mhm.
not what Marvel's bringing. They don't
Right.
want like beta male version Conan. They don't want slimmed down, tame, sanitized, feminist approved Conan. They
No.
want the hardcore heavy metal Conan that takes his women, and it just that's what this is. That's
He
the
has
audience
his-
is appealing to. And,
He cuts up people's heads or arms, and then he takes a woman, and then they squabble, and then he ends up, it's like Chuck Norris. He has his way with his woman.
yeah. This is
It's like watching. a
if
Chuck
I
Norris
was
movie.
I gotta hand it to a Blaze, like absolutely just that I would just be mocking Marvel at every opportunity.
And the one above there, you passed it up, was Man Among Ye. That's the Stephanie Philp books I've been reading.
Oh,
Very
the pirate one.
Yeah, but
How was that?
it's pretty good.
Okay, I like pirates.
It's a strong female lead. I don't think Ash will like it.
Dynamite lives.
Dynamite Lives, yes.
Pirate Captain Harlock.
I read the first one the other night. Finally, it's good.
So here's Tony. I think you said you were getting.
Yeah,
Bankman.
finally. I thought the book was canceled.
Well, here it is,
I bet you.
presented in all of its glory for only $3.99.
I always wonder if you scroll down, can you see my comments? Because I leave comments on books sometimes.
I don't know. Let's go see. Just Bankman. Hey, there it is.
There he
Is this
is.
you cancel? Let's put a like on there. Yeah.
Look at the date on that though. Because
Hold on. Let's
that's-
respond.
that's when it was supposed to be coming out.
Let's respond.
Was this issue? Was this issue
Why does the
canceled?
cover artist look so
Nope.
familiar to me?
So what-
Here is the next issue.
Well, it's the finale. It looks like. It says
What is it?
on the cover.
Wait. Someone's responding back to that comment after you said sin. What does it say? F you. No,
So
but
what's this one about? I've never heard of this one.
this is. You ever watch Heavy Metal movie?
Mm-mm. No,
We're-
never saw
You've
it.
never seen Heavy Metal the movie?
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
Go watch that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take my film critiques from a guy that hates Independence Day.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Go watch it.
Okay.
You
And then watch the middle
you should.
2000s.
That's how you should know you should take film critiques from me. It's because I can recognize Dean Devlin, Roland Emmerich are terrible. And that's another thing, by the way. Dean Devlin combined with Roland Emmerich are the terrible duo.
Good night, Skip.
Good night,
Hey.
Skip.
You have a
Thanks,
good and
Skip.
fun night too, you lovely person.
Hey, Batman.
Batman says I am,
Strong
meaning
female.
Ash. Ash is a strong female lead. That's why I don't like other female leads, because they rival me.
It's actually really funny. The first Ash I ever met was a girl. She went by Ash instead of Ashley.
You know what? I actually met a guy named Ash. He worked at the GameStop.
Oh, did he look like Bruce Green? What's his name?
Campbell?
Bruce
No,
something. Bruce
no,
Campbell, yeah.
but he sure got a,
What is
that
this?
question.
Is that the comic?
Oh, it's a reprint.
Uh,
Because this is Boys #1. I'm like, what the hell?
I wonder if it's getting more popular since the show came out.
This is reprint edition #1 from Wildstorm.
Hmm.
So I guess Dynamite never printed the floppies.
Hmm.
I don't really like that cover though.
Who is that supposed to be? Like, is that Homelander? Probably.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
Homelander.
That's really. I don't know. It looks like a zombie.
It looks like
Yeah,
classic
the art is
Homelander,
weird.
Yeah.
like a Loki variant.
Here's the
Classic-
here's the original cover.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that came out last year or 2 years ago. I remember seeing the cover.
No, this is the original.
Mm-hmm.
remember seeing
Wildstorm
that.
from 2006. This is like 15 years
Oh.
old.
I've seen that cover, a couple of years ago.
You've seen this because they put it on the cover of the trades.
Yeah,
That's like
trades.
I like how they recreated this cover with the actors.
Yep.
That's kind of
Like you've
cool.
seen for the TV tie-in one.
Yeah. That's something I thought I thought would be cool if Marvel actually did that with some of their MCU. Like if they did a trade of Captain America or Iron Man, if they found some way to incorporate the actors into the classic covers, that might be a cool way to draw some kids' interest maybe. Because I know like some kids, they probably look and they see like the Kirby artwork and they're like, oh, that looks old and folky. Who wants to read that? But if you put RDJ's face on it or something, maybe they pick it up. But
Could be.
It would have been smart to do that when the Avengers was coming out.
mm-hmm.
Here we're at the bottom of the barrel for comics. I don't think anyone cares about these most obscure of obscure books. Although, Gods of Brutality. What's all this about from Scout Comics? Interesting.
Looks
All
like
right.
the metal.
And
Robin Hood Goldilocks Annual from Xenoscope.
yep, yeah, I know.
That's down there. Spare Part from Behemoth Comics.
Ronnie
Yeah.
says, I remember Ash, the female lead from that one D&D theme comic that was read on the story time here a long time ago. Huh.
The first Ash I knew was a gray-coated dog. Not as good with conversation as Ash on comics.
Oh, here's one. This is from Antarctic Press. Valkyrie Saviors. College students by day, kaiju-sized Valkyrie warriors by night.
Oh, Valkyrie Sabers?
Yeah.
I thought we were done, so I left.
I was just scrolling through just to get a bigger image on my screen.
Yeah, Death by Life #3 has the freaking Death by Jugs.
Look, man, you like kaiju, so it's kaiju-sized warrior women. I mean, what's not one of three? So you're not even gonna have to read it for that long.
No, I don't really like kaiju. That's the thing.
Oh, you don't? I thought you did because you really liked Ultra Mega.
Right. That's what I say all the time, that Ultra Mega surpassed my expectations because I skipped it at first because I was like, I don't want to read some stupid kaiju comic. And then everyone said how great it was, so I thought I'd give it a try.
Oh, look at this. Chapter House Comics. Lev Gleason presents Daredevil.
The Boomerang Daredevil?
It just says Daredevil on the book.
I know it's not the Man Without Fear Daredevil.
The greatest name in comics, Daredevil.
Huh?
It's the last one, the bottom left. When he gets
All
out
right,
of there.
let's get out of these fucking F list comics. No one cares about these.
F lists. Wow. There you go. If you guys are the comic creators, listen to this.
What if Beckstar was at the bottom of the list?
Wow. See now,
Then
someone
it would
who
be
praises Backstar would say it would never be at the bottom of the list. It would be the top.
I'm saying, would expect his book to be in the mid area.
F list doesn't mean it doesn't have anything to do with quality. It has everything to do with popularity.
Oh, I thought F was something that's entirely else. That's my F list.
No, it's like a list. Like A list is like primo. It's usually referred to like with actors, celebrities. If you're an A list celebrity, it means like you're the Robert Downey Jr. Sort of thing. Like you're the hottest celebrity as far as popularity goes. And then you usually don't go to F list. D list is the bottom. So the D list is, like Kevin Sorbo. It doesn't mean anything negative against Kevin. I think Kevin's a cool guy, but he's not exactly commanding, blockbuster movies. Everyone's like, gotta get Kevin Sorbo for our next film, and that's
Kevin Sorbo. If you were listening to this by any stroke of luck, I would hire you.
I was offended today. I saw there's a hashtag going around that says Karen Sorbo. Wow.
If it makes anyone feel any better, my this whole thing that I do, I'm a D-list YouTuber. So
you're an F list, bro.
Or I'm an F list. I made up F list because it's the only thing you do worse than D list.
I made it up. I made it up. Is what you're saying. I'm a D list.
A D list or a D bag?
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't mean it. I know. I'm sorry. That was mean.
That was hurtful.
You can say E, B, C, or D, and then I'll have derogatory names.
Oh, that's next week. We don't want to get into that. So,
we'll only find them when they're dead.
Humble Bundle is doing some sales on comic books.
Ooh.
If you are interested in reading Mark Millar books,
for them.
And you want a super deal, you can get like a shit fucking ton of the trades here for $25.
Interesting. Kingsman. I've been wanting to read those comics actually because I like the movies.
I think Chrono.
Yeah, look at this. 32 trade paperbacks for $25. That's less than $1 per trade.
That's a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like to point out these deals because
Jupiter's Legacy.
Jupiter's Legacy is so good.
I'm just teasing. I'm kidding. It is a good story.
Start with this one, number 3 here. This is the first one. They renumbered them.
I just can't get past that art though.
By Frank Quietly.
Frank Quiet. I'm just not a fan. Just not a fan of Frank Quietly art.
It's so good.
Like
look at this
artwork.
I understand a lot of people do. I'm just picky, I guess.
It's the way he does his bodies though. Like check out Superman on that one.
With me, it's like it's the daughter's eyes on the cover. It's just they're just too far apart. It's like too wide for me. I don't know. It's something about it just doesn't. So I'm one of the few people that like the show. It wasn't a great show, but
there's a show.
Yeah, there was a 1-season show on Netflix that Kurt Russell should have played the Utopian instead of Josh Duhamel, in my opinion. But
I think Josh Duhamel did a fucking really great job. Everyone was cast great except for I can't remember his name now, the black guy, because they race swapped him.
The guy who was like the speedster, I guess. And he gets
what's his name? Hutch. The character's name is Hutch. He's got the rod that he can send himself anywhere.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's a ginger.
I was kind of of course he was a ginger in the book. I was kind of disappointed because I remember
the shows and replacing gingers.
I know. It's weird. But I remember you reading Jupiter's Legacy, and there's that panel where it's like one of his first scenes where he sends one of the goons to shark-infested waters, and you see the sharks attack the guy. It's like you didn't see that in the show. It's like alluded to, but you don't see it.
That could be a new show, like not Trading Spaces, but called Replacing Gingers.
Replacing.
But this is a lot of good books here. I mean, I have like half of these. Mark Millar is fantastic.
He did Wanted? I forgot that he did Wanted.
Yeah. Wanted. This is way better than the movie.
I'm not a ginger, Maranya. I have dirty blonde hair. It is not ginger. You take that back.
Wait, you're a dirty blonde?
Whole,
dirty blonde, sandy brown.
Now it makes sense.
Chrononauts is amazing. This is a fantastic book.
I didn't know about that one.
On the list still of late reads.
All the original Kick-Ass books that Millar wrote himself with John Romita Jr. I think there's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good. I haven't read Huck yet. I've heard Huck's really good. But yeah, Jupiter's Legacy is so fantastic. God, it disappointed me so much in the show because the show only got through like 2 issues of this trade. That was just so frustrating. I'm like, you got 4 trades. Your pilot season, you go through 2 issues of this trade. And you don't even finish this story. You don't even get to the hook of this story. I'm like, what the hell? Issue 3 hooks you in this. And it didn't even get that far. I was like, sorry.
I'm thinking that's the studio's fault. Or
might be.
Yeah, I think it's the showrunner. The showrunner, I looked him up, man. He's done a bunch of crap. I was like, oh, that's no wonder.
I thought Millar was the showrunner.
Mm-mm.
Didn't he have like a deal with Netflix, or I guess it's just for them to like.
His deal is they bought his company and he writes books for them.
Got it. I understand. I know Netflix does do that kind of crap. Like they did that with the Last Airbender guys. They want to do a live action show, but they're going in a different direction that the creators didn't want. So they stepped away from the project.
Netflix also has a thing of canceling good shows like other Marvel shows.
Wait, didn't the Avatar guys did Voltron?
Did they? I think one of them might have.
Yeah, they did. They did do Voltron Legendary Defenders.
That was DreamWorks.
No, that was the studio, but the showrunners, the creators were.
All I know it was Glenn from The Walking Dead was on there.
Batman's leaving us. We're bored him to death. Good night, Batman.
Oh, sorry, Batman.
We're sorry.
Hollow wants me to own my ginger.
I was going to talk to him about my can collection.
I can't own what I don't have, Paulo.
So here's another thing if you want some
cheesecake.
Van Helsing.
Yeah, I saw that. Xenoscope was really pushing that. The Humble Bundle. I was like, why are they pushing Humble Bundle? They must get money from it.
No, sometimes they do charity. The Humble Bundle is a charity organization.
Yeah, but it's weird that they have their things up there, unless they're working with Humble Bundle.
Well, if you donate to Humble Bundle so that Humble Bundle can sell your stuff for charity, that's a way for you to No,
but it's just weird to see Xenoscope unless Xenoscope gave him permission. Because I wonder how that works out. Because Xenoscope's the only person I've ever seen company that has books on Humble Bundle where they actually tweet out saying, "Hey, we'll get here and get these books here." Because usually you'd see they'd be like, "No, buy our books here on our website."
Yeah, like you never see Marvel or DC or Image tweeting out, "Hey, get our books on sale at Humble Bundle or Comixology." Yeah.
So maybe not. I don't know. I've seen Image tweet out you can get their books for free on their site.
Oh, really?
Unless
that's on their site though, not like a third.
Maybe they get a tax write-off because it's a charity thing.
That's what I think. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think you're on the.
Maybe they're just good people and they want to help charities.
But you also get a tax write-off.
Did you know that the series that just ended on Sci-Fi Channel was loosely based off this book? Van
Helsing?
Yeah.
Isn't that didn't it get carried over to Sci-Fi from some other network?
No, it was on Sci-Fi.
It was always on Sci-Fi. Okay, I'm thinking of something else probably.
I know that I know another one went to another network and that was called sorry, with the E. The Expanse went from Sci-Fi to Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the showrunners Amazon picked it up when Sci-Fi canceled it.
Sinister Six.
Sinister Six sale,
which was really funny because Sci-Fi the reason they canceled because they didn't have the streaming rights.
Black Widow sale too.
DC Superman sale.
Sci-Fi cancels everything though.
I know.
I'm really shocked that Battlestar Galactica made it through all 4 seasons.
Oh.
I was like, Thank God. Like
Did you see? There's a new show come on Sci-Fi now. It's about a real estate agency.
do you see it's already canceled?
What?
I can't even tell if he's joking or not.
Oh, this is for Vankman. Here we go, Vankman. The complete Gail Simone Red Sonja.
Oh no.
Omnibus.
Where she took away the whole chastity vow, the whole raping thing. She was never raped in her village.
Sword and sorcery adventure done right.
That's what made
it fun.
That's what made it. Think about Red Sonja. Taking away the fact that she was raped and pledged her loyalty, basically, to the goddess for like ability stuff, is what made her character so great. Her family were raided. The village where she was left for dead in the fire after being raped as a teenager. She pled her loyalty to this goddess. The goddess granted her all these, the healing abilities and all that stuff, the master technician stuff, all these skills. That's why she was so awesome. And then you take away now she's not the chastity vow, because she said she would never lie to a man unless he beat her in fair combat. And the only person that ever came close to that was Conan the Barbarian. But to take away that, so now she's just basically like I'm just gonna get drunk and go have sex whenever I want to now. It's just it makes her character basically pointless.
Yeah, it's like taking Batman and his parents were never killed.
Yeah, and still becomes Batman.
And he still comes yeah, what's the stakes?
Peter Parker and having Uncle Ben never exist.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. Wait, what?
That's the MCU Peter Parker.
No, they changed Uncle Ben to being the riots and being overcooked. And that's why it became Spider-Man.
I don't even understand what you just said.
Uncle Ben's rice,
God dog
He
it!
overcooked his rice.
Why are you trying to outdo your Gabby Rivera joke? Every time you try to do it,
Gabby Rivera joke. I don't try to do that.
Yeah, that was the high point. It feels like since that one, all the other jokes are like.
Well, I'm sorry. It's what happens when you become a D-list celebrity. You gotta try to get back to the top. It's like correct. You want to be on top again.
Hmm. Like Kathy Griffin.
Oh, ooh.
And she had to chop up. She had that severed head of Trump.
She had to do that to make headlines. Yeah.
To get headlines.
Sad.
She used to be somewhat funny.
She could have. What she should have done would be really funny if she came out and says, "I'm actually Andy Dick."
I'm not honestly. I don't find many female comedians funny. I find most of, but she was one of the few that I was like, you know what, you're kind of funny when you're. But so many of them, they do the feminist humor stuff, and it's just And then what's her name? What's the blonde chick that was
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer. Oh, Jesus.
She's related to Chuck Schumer.
Is she?
Mm-hmm. They're cousins or something, distant cousins.
They're probably having sex.
No, God. Oh, my eyes.
Good night, everybody.
Few new comedians, and I primarily been introduced to you on the Godfrey podcast. That's about it.
Gilbert Godfrey?
No.
Oh.
Godfrey, the black comedian.
I want a Gilbert Godfrey podcast.
I would love a Gilbert Godfrey podcast. Oh my gosh. Sign me up today.
That would be hard to listen to.
I know, but it'd be so great.
For more than 5 minutes, you'd be like, all right, I can't stand anymore.
I just, oh my gosh. He's my favorite part of Aladdin. Listening, a lot of people. Robin Williams is great, but Gilbert Godfrey, I just
the parrots. I love the parrots. Yeah,
that's a surprise. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
It is funny. He was a great voiceover for that. I have to admit.
There's Daredevil. Some superpowers on sale.
Yeah.
Project Superpowers.
Yeah,
I got all of these when I got a Humble Bundle sale. I got all of the Project Superpowers and all the boys in one big bundle on Humble Bundle.
We gotta read They Lives.
Reading Superpowers
or Lives. because the Daredevil guy is in there.
So much Red Sonja.
Dynamite
He's got a lot of
just needs
red
to
in
change
his
their
ledger.
name to Red Sonja Comics.
The Red Sonja by Amy Cho was really good.
Paulo says, "How about a podcast where Gilbert Gottfried teams up with Joe Pesci?"
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm listening to a podcast right now where it's the two hobbits from the Lord of the Rings movies talking about all kinds of different things like food experiences.
Is it called second breaky?
It should be, but they call it the Friendship Onion.
What the hell?
I don't know why it's a missed opportunity. I think they're trying to keep it from being just like only about Lord of the Rings.
The Green Hornet Spirit book that's on there, I'm missing like 2 issues out of the whole series.
Oh, Green
I
Hornet.
gotta collect
Wait.
there too.
It's Green Hornet and the Spirit, like Will Eisner's Spirit?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a Dynamite crossover.
The two of those, yeah, that crossover would be a lot of fun.
As I said, I gotta get the last couple of issues on. I was gonna give it to Inglesy for the auction.
I want to see the Spirit and the Shadow crossover.
Dude, I'll give you like $5 to send it to me instead.
Plus shipping.
No, shipping included.
$10 shipping.
Twilight Zone. That's my father-in-law's favorite show, I think.
I'll sell it to you for $5, but with $10
Actually,
shipping.
Watch that time to time on Netflix, and now it's on Hulu. So I'm actually quite happy about that. It's too good.
I didn't see the new one. I heard the new one wasn't that great. They did like a remake of it. It's got like Steven Yeun and a few other bigger names.
I haven't read those Vampirellas from 2014, earlier, but all I know is that Christopher Priest took over the book is when it just started getting bad.
Really?
Yeah. Well, when you have Vampirella talking to a therapist.
Yeah, it sounds a little Tom King, Mr. Miracle-ish kind of, where he's like trying to have Darkseid over, and he has like a veggie tray, and they're trying to talk. Like, yeah,
It's just like where she saved people from dying. She couldn't save people from the airline crashing. All these people died, and she has
They have
PTSD.
something on X-Men too.
what was this, classic reprints on X-Men?
There you go, Superman. Pretty cool, Action Comics.
Da, 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 da.
Scorpion.
Mortal Kombat Scorpion?
More
Spider-Man
more
Scorpion?
Dynamite stuff. Dynamite's having a big old sale.
Some G.I. Joe.
Poor IDW. Did you hear the story about IDW?
Yeah, they hired Heather Antos.
No, a newer story. There's a
No.
IDW apparently couldn't send out comps. I guess Rob Liefeld's new book that he's doing, the Snake Eyes. They couldn't send out comps because they can't afford it.
Oh, I think I did hear something. I saw a headline or something about that.
Skip posted in the Discord group.
And that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
For those of you guys that don't know, because some people in the Discord didn't know, that comps are when you do a book for a company, they send you like several of the issues. It's normal. Like in all of book publishing, it's normal. If you publish a novel, your publisher will send you a box of book. I don't know how many you get, but here you go. Here's your book. You can give them away and do stuff. And it's a traditional thing. Comic books the same way.
Yep.
You usually get at least half a dozen copies of your book or more, maybe a dozen. Usually get a box of them, like.
Yep, because you have 3 followers. So
But IDW stopped doing it for many of their creators.
Wow.
Can't afford. I'm like, dude, that is when you're pinching pennies that tight, that's a problem. Colt says IDW stock is $4. Been watching it fall for a year now.
When did Heather Antos take over?
What did she go over? Like 6 months, like at the beginning of the year, I think maybe.
Get master copies.
So it wasn't last year. It was this year.
Hang on, I'm gonna look it up.
Because
I'm also gonna look up IDW.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Stock trade is that? Oh yeah, it's at $4.
IDW was the last time I was getting there was Ghostbusters. That's because there wasn't really anything else I was interested in getting. and they lost the license to it because there hasn't been a book. The guys who are writing it are now writing a Godzilla book.
God, yeah, they're low. They plummeted a lot since looks like 2018. Their highest stock used to be $50. It looks like.
Well, look at your crossover events. My Little Pony and Transformers. What the fuck are you thinking like that?
I remember when they used to cross over Transformers with like G.I. Joe and
Do you remember
the Avengers.
They had a big crossover event called an Infestation. It went through Transformers, G.I. Joe. This is like back in 2008.
Heather Antos joined ID. Oh, this is even before this is after. This is a lot more recent. She joined them in April.
Oh, okay. So
So
I can't blame her for them dropping, losing the license to Ghostbusters. But the last thing they did for Ghostbusters was 2019 because they had a whole 2-day event in July, I think it was, or June. They had Ghostbuster Days.
Mhm.
And over at I think it was at the San Diego lot. I think it's San Diego, wherever the studios are. And they had, they had Ecto One, they already had a whole thing. They had Ray Parker Jr. They had a guy. Yeah.
So is the whole lack of Rob Liefeld getting comps? Is that why somebody said I think that he was like charging people hundreds of dollars for signed copies of books? I thought someone said that. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. Paulo says, I really don't understand what any company sees in Heather Antos. What sort of low quality experience does she bring with her?
These are friends hiring friends.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is. Because really, I mean, what does she do? She picks fights with people on Twitter and takes selfies.
Well, part of the theory on this is what you guys said. I think is part of it, but the prevailing theory is that they're not really hiring her; they're hiring her Rolodex. So Heather Antos has a large, group of contacts. Like she knows people. That's one of the things about these editors. So if you're a company and you need to hire creators, writers, artists, colorists, letterers, different things like that, having editors that have essentially a list of contacts and people they can reach out to and get work, that's beneficial for you.
Do you think part of it is also they figure Heather Antos has a large fan following? Large in quotation marks. So they figure by bringing her on, they potentially get her fans to come over and possibly market books to them.
They're waiting for another milkshake thing so they can get the publicity.
Anyone that thought that would have to be a numbskull.
Oh, I agree. But most of the comics industry seems to be.
Didn't they hire that one Batman writer? Not Batman writer. Editor.
I don't know which one.
Yeah, I think they hired that one Batman editor that got not Tom King, but Scott Snyder on board back in 2000, like mid 2000s, late, like mid 2000, around 2008, like where Batman Black Mirror was.
Okay, that's a possibility. Of course, hiring Scott Snyder was a big thing.
John Barber's in charge. He's editor in chief.
That's a feather in your cap, saying you're the guy that hired Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
Chris Ryrel was editor in chief from 2004 to 2018.
Yeah,
Heather Antos is failing up. Yes, Undead Quinn. That's what I would call it. She's failing up. Have Tom King write My Little Pony. I would read that just for fun.
Okay, so Barber was known for best shaping Transformers book. So then they appointed him to being the editor in chief back in 2018. So if anything, he's to blame. He's the one to blame for what's going on. Because the other guy, he left, Chris Ryrel.
Chris Ryrel left?
Yeah, he stepped down in 2018.
Yeah, they got all sorts of problems. The guy that's the current head of IDW is a guy that got fired years ago for hiding the fact that Aubrey Citizen was on G.I. Joe, and Hasbro told IDW to pull him because there was a huge fan outlash. This was during the heights of Comicsgate. So they did this really sneaky thing where they gonna keep Aubrey Citizen on the book, but have him under a pen name. And they got found out. It got leaked, of course, because Comicsgate. I don't know exactly all the details of how it goes. So, long story short, IDW had to let this guy go. So they let him go, and then 6 months later they brought him back, and then I think within 6 months after that they ended up promoting him to basically CEO or whatever the top position is, president of the company. And I was like, wait, the guy that you fired because he almost lost your biggest contract with Hasbro, and you brought him back, and then you made him head of your company. That seems like you guys are run by fucking smart people.
Why did Hasbro like him? Because they thought he was part of Comicsgate?
No. So Aubrey Citizen was writing the woke, queer G.I. Joe with all the like body positive like fat girls and the G.I. Joe team and all, like it was like the height of like,
and Hasbro,
the G.I. Joe fans were like, what the fuck is this? And so word on the street is that people started reaching out because like IDW is like kick rocks, like we don't, just like the whole industry, right? That was how Comicsgate started. It was fans were like, what is this? And the comic industry said, F you, you're all a bunch of bigots. We don't care about your money. And then that's what enraged the fans and said fans like, how dare you? We're your customers. And then that's where Comicsgate comes from. So the word on the street is those fans, since they weren't getting any, anything from IDW, said, well, we'll just go to we'll go to Hasbro and we'll make our intentions known there, what's going on. And then it continues to be that the Hasbro went to IDW and said, what's going on? Why are we getting all this notice of fans all unhappy? And then, how you're treating our product. And the story goes that they said, they wanted Aubrey Citizen off the book because Aubrey Citizen was getting his own special G.I. Joe miniseries. I think it was called like Strike Force or something. It ended up getting canceled after like 3 issues. Like it got canceled before the first issue hit the stands.
Citizen, yeah.
Aubrey Citizen, yeah. And they ended up. Aubrey Citizen ended up leaving IDW. The guy who was they were going to cover for him. They found out, like, we're just going to have you on the book, but we'll just have it under a different name so that Hasbro doesn't know it's you. And then that got leaked or something. How they found out, and Hasbro was like, "Look, we're gonna, again, this is all a lot of rumor. I don't have substantial evidence.
Yeah,
but the word is that Hasbro was like, what, we're not going to tolerate this, and it was going to be like, we'll pull our contracts from you. And I mean, Hasbro, that's huge. Transformers, G.I. Joe. I'm sure there's other big things that the IDW does for Hasbro.
It's funny. I'm looking at the people from 2017. People are like, Aubrey Citizen, real American asshole.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. He was definitely also one of the head creators at the time that were like guilty of antagonizing fans and calling the fans assholes and bigots and Nazis and stuff. He was just real, confrontational.
Yeah, I'm not about that. That's the reason I don't buy Iron Man. Well, that and it's just a crappily written book.
Well, yeah, a while back he was calling for unionization of comic book creators after massive DC layoffs.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. His book's not even on the sale here.
Oh, well, yeah, Beef Bros. That was the last thing he did.
Yeah, he does a lot of just like
Kickstarter
crowdfunded stuff now.
Yeah. He was doing Guardians of the Galaxy for a while too, wasn't he?
Was he really?
So.
Like, which run? Like, was it?
Citizen, Grummet, Foncher, and Quintana. Rocket's Powerful Plan.
Rocket's Powerful Plan. Not familiar with that. Is that after? That's after Bendis? After his run?
I don't know, but I think it featured Ant-Man in there.
Okay. That was right before Kate's hopped on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Ronnie says Hasbro also has Star Wars toys, so I'm surprised they haven't put pressure on Disney to get in line. Hasbro has bent the knee to change the name of Slave One. Well,
Yeah.
putting pressure on Disney owns Star Wars, so I don't know how
Yeah.
you're going to put pressure on Disney. Like you're getting to make toys off of a license that you're paying for. You're paying Disney to sell Star Wars toys.
Yeah, I think it was Disney. If anything, I would say it's Disney pressuring Has. I know that's what they did with Lego. Is they told Lego, "Hey, we don't want Slave One on the box." They say it's because kids don't know the name of the ship, like the new fans don't know the name, so they're trying to make it easier for, like, kids know who Boba Fett is, or the new fans know who Boba Fett is. So if you just look up Boba Fett's starship, you get. But I'm like, there have always been new fans coming into Star Wars, and they never
which is why they also did the same thing for the Mandalorian ship.
Yeah, they never had any issues finding Lego sets before. Like the Slave One has had like 5 different Lego sets.
Right, no, but I'm going to do that. If you go look at the toy for the Mandalorian ship, it doesn't say the Mandalorian starship. It says Razor Crest.
Yeah, exactly. They I mean, I think they say it once in the show, but I made this point to somebody else. It's like kids, especially kids, because they're the ones that I think most of the time get these Lego sets. They're not looking for the names of the models. They're looking at the pictures on the box. So if I'm a little kid and I'm looking at a box of the Slave One, I don't need to know the name of it to know that that's the ship that Boba Fett flies.
Well, I don't know about you, man. When I was growing up as a kid, those were like, that was like prized information for me. Like I knew that the X-Wing, what an X-Wing was.
Yeah.
I knew like who manufactured the fake manufacturer of X-Wings.
Oh yeah, like, no, I've got the book that has like all the vehicle and who makes the vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, like the kid fans, they deep dive into that shit. They like that. They don't want it to be called Luke's Starfighter. Like no, like that's what is it called? Like what they TIE fighters. TIE stand for like
twin ion engine.
Right. But as a fan, you dig into that. Like you want to know that dumbing it down is just stupid. And they're lying anyway.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
There's caving to woke culture.
Yeah. Zach is partially right. It's parents, specifically moms, who tend to buy the toys for kids. They change the name to help name recognition for purchasers. And I can kind of see that, but
no.
You don't think so,
no, because here's why. Because kids go, I want Slave One for Christmas. And then the parents go to the store and go, where's Slave One? It's not anywhere on the package because the kids aren't calling it that. They're calling it what it is. And this, what they're doing is they're caving to the 12 Twitter psychos that go, oh, slave. That means you're bigots. You hate black people. And so Hasbro's going, oh, we got to distance ourselves from this. We don't want bad press, and they're
the bad guy bounty hunter can't have a ship named after a bad thing, and something that they've already had featured in several storylines, like on their cartoon show, they've had shows centered around slavery. So
dude, Boba Fett literally was working for Jabba, who actively participated in slavery.
Yep.
Well, look in Return of the Jedi, Princess Leia is a slave.
Look at DC. DC's trying to hide the whole thing. They had brightest day and blackest night. Black and white. Black was evil. And white was the white privilege.
I have no problem with the name slavery.
No one has any problem with slavery.
Nobody did. Nobody had a problem with it.
It's been that way for 40 years.
Yeah.
And Ron, you are correct. The parents are buying the toys. But I'm telling you, the kids are the ones asking for the toys.
Yeah.
But the parents don't know what the fuck it is. When the kids are coming up to the, like, dude, even me today, I'm tuned into geek culture, and the kids come up to me and they talk about the shit that they're into, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't even know what the fuck.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These kids are probably taking their iPads, pulling it up on the internet, and showing, here, mom, here you go. Take a photo of her.
Let me send you the Amazon link, mom.
No, I mean, I'm saying it's a little bit different for us because everyone in this room knows what Slave One is, so we're very familiar. But I'm trying to draw an analogy towards something that would be completely alien. And like I said, like the kids today, they talk to me about the things that they're into, and I'm like, what the hell is? I've never even heard of this thing.
Dude, back in the day, if I said I want a Power Ranger toy, and I'd tell her which one, and she's like, which one is this one again? Power Rangers? Is that, and just like, You gotta go. It's always the point. You're better off going with your parents, unless if they buy a toy without you and then they get upset. That's the parents' problem. No, if they're not.
Undead Quinn. I don't think they're gonna ban slave. What they've done is, I don't know if you've noticed this. They don't call it the Slave Leia outfit anymore. They now call it the Hut Slayer Leia, which isn't bad as far as a name.
Really? Because I see Comic Cons, they still say Slave Leia.
Oh, do they really?
And
I just know, like on official marketing,
girls are still dressing up as that.
Well,
that's a con. We're talking about Hasbro marketing a product.
Yeah, like if they were to make like a Black Series action figure, it would be called Hut Slayer Leia, not Slave Leia.
You're saying what's labeled on the actual
on the action
box, you know?
Yeah, on the box, yeah.
Hut Slayer Leia is so cringe.
I don't know,
dude. I kind of like it.
I don't know any 10-year-old kids. I want Princess Slayer in a slave outfit, Mom.
She's not Hut Slayer. It's so dumb.
She killed the Hut.
That doesn't mean she's running around as I am now Hut Slayer Leia. Like, it's so dumb. If you need to do, first of all, caving into woke culture is cringe to me.
There he goes.
I keep calling her Slave Leia because the whole point of her being a slave was it was wrong. What, you know, like it never glorified her being a slave. It was like, this is terrible. This guy is a bad guy. So referring to her as a slave in a negative context is beneficial. Like, we should be okay with that. But if you absolutely have to cave, you could just call her like Prisoner Leia.
Do you know my biggest problem with the whole entire thing? She's a slave. Why is she dressed like that? Does he get horny off of that? The big giant slug.
It was a little.
What was the point of that?
Did you ever watch Return of the Jedi? Jabba was kind of got off on that.
Yeah, and exactly.
Don't you remember the Twilight that he had first?
Yeah.
Like, there was some scenes where like Jabba's like licking his lips, like he's just like,
I mean, is there like, does he have a tentacle that comes out from underneath there or something?
We don't need to think about this. That's another thing that I need in my mind right now. That's not a thing.
I mean,
cult film video says Hut Slay Queen.
Well, she's a slut, Hut Slayer.
How come Leia never graduated to Queen?
Well, her planet blew up.
So, wouldn't that make her instantly promoted?
I guess so.
I mean,
there were survivors from in Legends.
Yeah, but she was Princess Leia. Like, why?
Even in Disney canon, yeah, you still had you had Cara Dune, but Disney's gonna forget all about her probably.
Yeah, but Cara Dune's not a princess. Like, it's not like she's got anyone challenging her to the throne.
That's actually a really good question. I'm wondering why they never did that.
Because being a general is more badass.
Princess is more badass.
We needed Leia wearing boots.
Princess has more power than
her being a general is more of a feminist move.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more of a feminist move.
See, look at even Rania says that Leia was made a general. To me, that trumps a wussy queen.
No,
a queen boss is.
You can't argue. That's from a woman.
Queen is higher than general.
Do you know why? Do you know why she wasn't a queen? Because on a general, it means you're a soldier. You're going around doing stuff. She was more hands-on. Queen just sits there and orders people to do stuff.
Yeah, but even as princess, she was more hands-on, running around doing things.
But she didn't see herself as a princess though. She was
or diplomat. Yeah.
She was the more diplomatic sibling.
Or she called herself a diplomat, but she used that as a cover for all the stuff that she was doing.
Or maybe she didn't want to be a queen because she would have her. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, maybe.
Especially in Legends as well.
We have now reached the portion of Ash's live stream where he sends Germans in to bomb Pearl Harbor. That's what Marania says.
That was before.
That was before? Well, it was like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, with the Elvet rant. I don't know.
Yeah. Is what it is. I just do the same thing with Star Wars now that I do with almost everything else, which is cherry pick what I like and forget the rest. So
cherry pick what you like and forget the rest.
I can't remember what I ate for dinner 2 days ago.
I might like some of the stuff, but I just went back to I went to Legends.
Legends. I'm reading Legends books. I'm watching the Bad Batch show right now. That's actually been pretty entertaining.
The Legends of Tomorrow.
No, not
Legends. No, reading Heir to the Empire, the novel, not reading the comic book.
I need to read. Let me see. What do I have over here? No, I read Heir to the Empire. Heir is book 1. I'm on book 2.
You need to watch Loki.
Oh, did that come out tonight?
Yep, it's Wednesday morning.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh yeah. So what? Okay, wait.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
I might watch it tonight. I've been really liking Loki.
I have too. I've really been enjoying it. It's probably consistently the best show. Because WandaVision was good up until like I think the last episode, and it kind of fell apart. Or at least some parts of it fell apart. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier, I tuned out of that after episode 4.
I thought WandaVision was really good, but it wasn't super entertaining. It's not like the first time you watch it, I really enjoyed the story of it.
Mm-hmm.
But after it was over, I'm like, okay, that was a good story. But it wasn't because the journey was so fun. If you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can go back and rewatch Loki and enjoy getting through the journey again.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Loki has a more what's the word?
Comedy.
No.
Charisma.
More cinematic quality to it.
Well, that's whenever I watch Loki, it always reminds me of freaking Doctor Who stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's definitely got more Doctor.
It's got the comedy
Doctor
too,
Who.
like the subtle humor you get from Doctor Who.
Well, WandaVision had humor. Even Falcon and Winter Soldier had some humor. Maybe not as much with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
For me, whole WandaVision, I just felt like I was watching the Darcy Lewis show.
I like Darcy Lewis.
Oh, I do too. I mean, I don't complain about that. 2 broke girls, man. Love it.
Mm-hmm. That was a great show. Maranya says, I like Falcon and Winter Soldier better than Loki and then Wanda.
What was the Falcon? Okay. What was the Falcon Winter Soldier about? Because I only saw the Falcon and the Snowman.
We watched Black Widow. Has everyone here seen Black Widow?
No.
Okay, never mind. There's a scene that I told my wife because she didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh, you need to actually watch this part of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So now we're gonna end up watching that probably.
I really disliked Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it's my least favorite thing from the MCU.
I liked probably half of it, maybe a little over. I liked the John Walker bits. I did
like John Walker, but I say it almost like as a negative because I shouldn't like John Walker better than the character. You know, what the show's named after.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. Yeah, you should
well,
like
the
main character.
The main reason why that show sucked because it wasn't him versus Captain America. There was no Chris Evans. There was no.
No, because I went in knowing
I like when U.S. Agent went against Captain America in the comic books.
That's fine that you like that, but if you are going, if you're
going
going
like that, but you should never have that.
No. My point is,
I don't want Sam Wilson as Captain America. I want him as Falcon. I wanted Bucky as a Winter Soldier. I got no Winter Soldier. I just got Bucky.
I honestly wanted Bucky to be Captain America.
You didn't even get that. See, that's the thing.
Transition.
Oh, that was never gonna fly because
that happened in Civil War, though.
Oh, it did. Oh no, I know it happened, but here's the thing: they're not gonna copy everything from the comic books.
Well, they're not copying any from the comic books.
I mean, Sam Wilson is Captain America. That's from the comic books.
Only because they have to push that agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go into a show knowing, like, you know, Captain America's gone. There's no more Captain America. If you go in and you fault the show for not having Captain America, you're not really being critical on it. There's no way it can please you.
I'm just saying.
It's like going to McDonald's and being
I'm just saying that I'll never get a Captain America versus U.S. Agent. Him calling him out for being not patron.
Well, maybe
that plot hole in Endgame with Captain America did not make any sense.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's fine, but that's a different thing, right? Like I said, like it's like going to McDonald's and being pissed off that they don't have pizza. You can lament and go, you know, it'd be cool if McDonald's had pizza.
If they ever had pizza back in the day, yeah, and don't have pizza anymore, yeah.
Maranya says, "Want to laugh?" Don Old Buttman Cheadle was on screen for 5 minutes and he got an Emmy nomination. Neither Sebastian Stan nor Anthony Mackie got a nomination.
Yep.
Wow.
Dude, that those Emmy nominations are about as meaningful as the
There's
the
a few,
Eisners.
there's a few nominations I saw. None of the Marvel shows, but there's a few other nominations I saw that I like.
I wanted Bill Burr to get the nomination, so Olivia Oliphant got it, and then I forgot who else was for The Mandalorian.
Dude, Bill.
Derek-
Okay, I don't think anyone on The Mandalorian should deserve it. However, I will agree with you. If anyone were Bill Burr, over, are you kidding me? Over
Giancarlo Esposito.
no, Carl Weathers got a nomination,
And Timothy Olyphant.
and
They-
Timothy Oliphant.
They
Yeah.
put everybody. Look, Disney, who has a hard-on hate boner for Gina Carano right now, they even put her up there for a nomination. Like they in their for-year consideration.
Oh, I
They
don't
put-
care what Disney, of course, should do that. That's what Disney does. Like that, their bias. They're like put up our guy. That's fine. But I'm talking about the Emmys themselves. The Emmys
Yeah,
should have
right.
been like, thanks Disney for nominating that. We're not putting him up. Sorry, Carl Weathers. Are you fucking kidding me, Carl Weathers?
What do you have
That guy
against
is
Carl
so
Weathers?
wooden. He is like so terrible on that show. I love Carl Weathers. I do. I got a special place in my heart because he was in Rocky movies and he was in Predator. I love Carl Weathers. Action Jackson. But you can love someone and be a fan of them. Like I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I don't think the dude ever should have got nominated for an Oscar. Thankfully he didn't, because he wouldn't deserve it. And Timothy Oliphant, who I love, dude, that episode was weak. He was phoning it in. Like, it was fine. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like, oh my god, this is.
I still like him.
brilliant
I still like this character better than Peter Pascal.
But Bill Burr at least had some meaningful story. That story where they go to that one
Yes.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he tells about what he was serving in the Empire and all this stuff.
Yeah, that was a cool episode.
Yeah, like just I saw the nominations. I was like, "What are you out of your mind?" And then dude, John Cheadle, dude, this is the guy who was like, what was it, that Uganda film, like Oscar nomination? What was the name of that film? The Uganda one, Hotel Rwanda, not Uganda, Hotel Rwanda. Sorry, I apologize.
Hotel Uganda.
Hotel Uganda, Hotel Rwanda, dude. Like, this is that actor. And you see him in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and he's literally just like,
Here's
what
the
are my
show.
lines again? Oh yeah, this.
He was in there too for like 30 seconds. Like he wasn't even in there for very
But
long.
there was no real acting. He just was like reciting lines.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I forgot he was even in there. I tweeted it out. I was like, when I saw the nominees, I was like, what? He's in there? I'm like, oh yeah. He gave the shield and he left.
If he was in there for 5 minutes but had delivered like this memorable performance that you just couldn't shake, you'd be like, oh, okay, maybe. But come on.
Well, it's like you said, the Emmys. Look, the Emmys are they're just like the Oscars. We know they're a joke. I mean,
I would have rather had Tim Meadows. He's better.
they got a few good nominations in there, but I mean, overall, it's nah. The only ones I really like are the nominations. I don't know if anyone's seen the show Ted Lasso on Apple. It's on Apple
I
Plus.
saw the trailer for the second season, whatever it is.
Dude, I'm excited.
That looks horrible.
Okay, stop. Hold on. Did you watch any of the first season?
No, but I just saw the trailer for the second
Okay,
season.
you can't judge a trailer for the second season if you haven't seen the first one.
I've seen the trailers. I just don't care for it. Jason Sudeikis is not a good actor.
He's what? Oh,
Who?
dude, Jason Sudeikis. I think he's a great actor. I like Jason Sudeikis. He's one of my favorite funny actors.
He's the one that was with Olivia Wilde. They never got married. They had kids, and then she jumped up for Harry Styles.
Yeah, that was kind of sad.
I can't place who that is.
He was on Saturday Night Live back in the day when like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
If you ever watch Horrible Bosses with
yeah, he's
Jason
in
Bateman.
Horrible Bosses. Yeah.
So like guy, he kind of looks like the older version of the dude from How I Met Your Mother.
Hold on.
Oh, he kind of does, doesn't he? So anyway,
His name is, how do you spell his last name? Jason. Oh,
Sudeikis, I think.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him right now. This guy is totally forgettable.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean,
Well, let me just so I went into watching Ted Lasso thinking I wasn't gonna like it because it doesn't sound like the type of show I normally watch. It's about British woman. She gets divorced from this really wealthy guy, but she gets his soccer team. He owns a soccer team, so she gets the soccer team in the divorce, and she wants to like just totally wreck it and demolish it. So she hires an American college football coach to come to England and coach the team, thinking that he's going to just destroy it and everyone's gonna hate the team and it'll all be. It's one of the most positive, awesome shows, funny shows too, that I watched all last year. I had a really good time watching it, so I'm excited for season 2. I thought it was really great, and like the character development that they have with some of the characters is really great. It's
That mustache is just horrible.
Well, not everyone can have a mustache like you.
Of course they can't. Only Ron Swanson can hold a candle to me.
But I think Jason.
Ron Swanson, that actor.
Nick, what does he even do besides Parks and Rec? What has Nick Offerman done? Like he's done.
That's all he needs to do.
I think he's done some stand-up videos for Netflix, but
I don't know. I do like that character.
He does bacon.
He does bacon. He does Megan something. He does that other woman. She shows up in the show from time to time. The librarian chick, the crazy one. That's his wife in real life.
Marania. So Marania and Colt are kind of going at it a little bit.
Oh.
All right, so Marania says Terrence was good. Anthony Mackie would have been closer to the comic book Rhodey in the Micheline Layton and Denny O'Neil days, but Rhodey looks like he's 92. He puts the lie in the saying that black don't crack. He will be 57 this November.
He's pretty old.
And Colt says, I've never seen Anthony Mackie be good in anything, and I've followed him since he debuted. Honestly, I saw him try to do Altered Carbon season 2, and he just ended up being Anthony Mackie. He's pretty much like Will Smith. If you see Will Smith in every movie, he's the same person.
I
agree.
Hold on. I would agree with you for like the first 3/4 of Will Smith's career. He was pretty terrible. Like he was just Will Smith always, but towards the end of his career, actually everything after he did Ali, something started changing. He started learning to act. And if you've seen any of his drama,
he started learning to act.
Yeah, if you've seen like I Am Legend or
I Am Legend was like where it started. 7 Pounds.
7 Pounds, I heard was really Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. So he's still not. I mean,
I didn't see Gemini Man.
He's not the greatest actor, but he is not just
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He has learned. What I'm saying is, like
Robot Hancock. It's still Will Smith.
Like Keanu Reeves. Hancock was one of the earlier films.
Hancock I can see. iRobot I can
Hancock's an underrated film.
Do you think so? I remember being really underwhelmed when I left.
The only parts I liked out of that was what's his name?
Whale. Oh, Justin Bateman.
Yeah, Justin Bateman or Jason Bateman. But I felt bad for he's like, these two are meant to be together, and he's like, well, no, you're married to me. Like, I felt bad for him in that role. You know.
Yeah, but then you watch Thunder Force, and he's in there with crab claws, and you're just like, nope, you deserve to have your wife taken away from you.
As much as we say crap about Melissa McCarthy, Identity Theft was a hilarious movie.
I don't think I ever saw Identity Theft.
Never saw it.
With Jason Bateman, yes, and she steals identity. He goes to track her down.
I'm trying to think if there's any Melissa McCarthy movie that I've actually genuinely enjoyed.
No. Marania says, I liked Will Smith and iRobot. I did too. Nothing about Will Smith is he's always had charisma. Well, I'm not saying like he's not watchable. Like that's always what carried Will Smith. For me, it's just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's not a good actor, but his charisma carries him on screen. But towards the end of his, I don't want to say the end of his career because he's still around, but like towards the later parts of his career, he really did start developing some acting skills. Like he showed that he could just not be Will Smith all the time. And that's why I'm saying Keanu Reeves a little bit too. That guy used to be fucking terrible. And if you don't believe me, go watch Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Watch him in Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. That's an awesome movie.
Yeah, but he could be terrible in that movie. Like that's part of the movie is to be terrible and dumb.
We were all just dust in the wind.
I kind of agree with Marani though. You could have put Anthony Mackie as Rhodey. It would have been a lot better.
I would have liked to see that. Anthony Mackie's he's from my hometown. He's from New Orleans.
Oh, that explains a lot.
He was hosting, or I don't know if he was hosting. He was presenting an award for the ESPYs tonight.
But-
I think the ESPYs were tonight.
You know who doesn't get the respect he should get is Frank Grillo, the guy who played Crossbones.
Yeah, he's
Phenomenal actor.
He's really good. He was in I think he was in Rampage. No. I'm thinking of someone else. Never mind. He's not in Rampage.
No, that was
Joe Mancello.
no, it wasn't. And
the
Rampage.
Deathstroke.
No,
No.
that was Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Well, he was in there too.
Oh,
but
okay.
I was confusing Frank
But
Grillo with
Frank Grillo was in that movie. He just had that one where it was like a Groundhog Day. He kept repeating it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think I saw a commercial for that. He also did a movie with. I think he did one with Anthony Mackie though.
Yeah, and that's what's up. I watched that one, and Anthony Mackie was just horrible in that one.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he just played Anthony Mackie.
He was in. You know what Anthony Mackie is in? Actually, a lot of famous people are in this movie. Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh yes, great movie.
That's an underrated movie.
But
That one.
but Frank
That's-
Grillo has proven he can do action roles, and the fact that Marvel did him dirty, like
Well, Marvel does that with all their villains, like all the good villains. I mean, like
look at Red Skull,
yeah.
the greatest villain, the greatest mind, and just,
Mhm.
yeah.
And what do they do when they don't get Hugo Weaving to bring him back? They get like an impersonator.
Yep.
Which, to be fair, he did a really good impersonation. But
Just standing there doing nothing.
Crossbones, they blew off. Ultron, he's gone after one movie. Malekith the Dark Elf, who should have been like Marvel's Eclipso, I
Well,
think. He's
gone. They lost their chance with that Malik. They could have done like the Casket of Ancient Wonders
Yeah, exactly. But no.
with Surtur. Instead, they used Surtur, to do the whole thing.
Surtur's
and,
gone
Ra-
after-
Ragnarok.
They're joking Ragnarok.
Yeah. So Marvel does that. They have all these great villains, but they just blow them off after
Which
they're one and done.
really makes me concerned for Fantastic Four when they do Doom.
They're not going to do that with Doom. Doom is like Thanos level.
Are you kidding me?
If they did something now, if they do like Mole Man,
They've got no one left to go against Doom other than the Fantastic Four.
no,
they
that's
got
not
the whole
true.
Marvel universe to go against Doom.
They're gonna have another Avengers team down the line somewhere. They may have Thunderbolts. I think somebody was theorizing. They're gonna have people, but
unless they somehow bring Tony Stark and Captain America and some of these other people back from the dead.
so
I
that
gotta
was
say something. You guys all understand that all these characters are likely going to be back.
100%.
Maybe
All of them.
saying-
Captain
I've been
America,
saying
Iron
from the
Man,
start.
Thanos. They're all going to come back because eventually it's going to get rebooted.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
there when Superman came out with Christopher Reeve, and that's not the only Superman we ever got. I was there when Michael Keaton Batman movie came out, and I was like, "Ooh!" And then that wasn't the only Batman we ever
but
got.
DC reboots every fucking 3 years.
Okay,
Marvel
but
doesn't though. Marvel
but-
doesn't reboots.
Marvel's
Marvel's
gave us
only had
two different-
movies since the 2000s.
in the MCU.
2007
though,
was the first MCU movie.
Those are
In
Fox movies.
even in the MCU though. You've had two different War Machines. You've had two different Hulks. Like they're
No,
not
you've only
above
had one. You've only had
No.
one Hulk, and you've only
No.
had.
Edward
Yeah.
Norton.
He's not MCU.
No,
He-
it wasn't.
The Incredible Hulk was an
He's
MCU.
not
Robert,
MCU.
I still didn't see
Robert
Mark
Downey
Ruffalo
Jr.
as
shows up at the
Hulk.
end. It is an MCU film. It is
Oh.
produced by Universal, but it is in the same universe. They reference Shield. They have Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man show up in the end credits. Thunderbolt Ross has appeared in the MCU.
He's
It is
also
an MCU film. It is the forgotten stepchild of the Phase 1 MCU, but it is still MCU.
And when Disney lists the MCU films, you'll notice that movie is omitted.
Because Universal was the one that produced it.
Yeah, but the Spider-Man movies are not omitted.
Seriously?
the Spider-Man movies
Yeah,
are
You
Sony.
see the phases. Go look up the phase 1. And according to Disney, that
Well, Disney and Sony had some weird agreement with Spider-Man because of all the Spider-Man characters and library. With Hulk, Universal has always had the rights to do Hulk. That's why they did like that Eric Bana Hulk movie from.
No, I know that. That's
Not
why
long
there is
enough
no
ago.
Hulk movie in the MCU, because Universal still has the rights. They
Yeah.
can't. That's why Ragnarok existed. It was a Thor movie because they couldn't do Planet Hulk.
Yeah, but my point is though, I mean, rebooted. They got Edward Norton would have been in the Avengers, but they ended up recasting him because he didn't want to play ball creatively with Disney or with Marvel.
Well, no,
Well-
it's because Edward Norton doesn't do sequels.
I'm pretty sure it's because it
No,
was
no,
all
Edward Norton says I don't do sequels. That's why.
but everything else was saying the opposite. They're saying that
Which
they're blaming him, saying that Edward Norton did it. He wanted full control of the movie. He didn't want.
Yeah.
To.
Yeah, it was the creative control thing. It's like what's happened with a whole bunch of other. It's what happened with Edgar Wright with Ant-Man. It was with those two director guys for Solo, Lord and Miller. Like, yeah, it came down to like a creative.
Well-
with Steve Derrickson with Doctor Strange too, even.
The thing with Edward Norton, if he wanted full control, Incredible Hulk was an amazing movie.
It was.
It was a blend of the TV series and the comics.
That's why I say it's vastly underrated. And I'm not even a really big Hulk fan, but I enjoy the
It's a
Incredible
big
Hulk.
tribute to Bill
a
Bixby,
lot.
the Big Bixby's Hulk.
Yeah, I like more of the fugitive take on his character. Yeah, so
Plus, we got Liv Tyler.
I honestly wanted to
yes,
sometime in the future. If they
Rick
ever
Jones.
did.
Yeah, Rick Jones would be cool to see actually. That would
As
have been.
Atomic, you know. Oh, you know they should have done. They should have brought in Captain Marvel with Rick Jones. Marvel.
Cole
And then he has cancer in the movie.
Cole Films says Feige says no more 9 film contracts. That means they're going to reboot soon, in my opinion. Probably start with Fantastic Four and X-Men while they finish up and bring the new cast in. And I don't think that's why. No, I think the reason why is because the writing's on the wall that all these new characters that they're moving to, like Miss Marvel and America Chavez and Kate Bishop, that ain't no Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Right? Like Robert Downey Jr. sold the MCU. Like he did 3 Iron Man movies, but then all the Avengers movies, plus his Captain America appearances, plus his Spider-Man appearance. Like that dude was the face of the MCU, and people loved it. The success of the MCU is really. I mean, Kevin Feige is the grand architect, but you got to put it on shoulders. There has been nary a movie star that you can credit such a success as you can with Robert Downey Jr. on the MCU. And that 9 film contract, if they could, they would have put Robert Downey Jr. in a 20 film contract.
Wow, did you know Anthony Mackie actually signed up? He has a 10 film contract with Marvel. Wow.
Because they need that, because the MCU is a franchise, right? And they want to keep these films going.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they don't want Brie Larson in a 10 film contract. Like, what are you gonna do? Like that first film that you know, the Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel film. We all know that made money because it was part of the Avengers thing. Like everyone was like, I gotta see this.
Oh yeah, it was totally shoehorned in there. You were meant to think it was more important than it actually ended up being.
Yeah, if it came out like now, like people just be like, nah, whatever. Like, you know, and I mean, look at, and I use this Black Widow as a perfect example. Black Widow's getting all sorts of positive buzz, and people are coming back, liking it, really enjoying it, but it's doing terrible at the box office. Now, of course, part of that's COVID and everything.
Well, that's what they're going to say anyway, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true. It really is.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, you can tell summer movie numbers. I mean, they say they're successful for post-COVID. But
the other thing right now is people aren't watching in theaters. People are watching on streaming.
There's that too. So like Fast 9, it didn't do a streaming and theater release. It just did theaters.
Yep.
I haven't compared the two yet, but I want.
Yeah, but Disney makes quite a bit of money on streaming.
Yeah.
So
$30 to.
But even then, a lot of people are going to wait 2 months and watch it for free on the streaming app.
Honestly, if they do reboot the whole shebang, I'm thinking they're going to do Fantastic Four first. Like, have them as their first lineup, like first family. Wise, then go down see in the future. Probably have some references to the Avengers, to the other teams, like X-Men. And Spider-Man. I hope they do an older Spider-Man this time, because we already got the younger Spider-Man.
No, didn't you notice she's gonna get younger and Aunt May's gonna be in her 20s?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Did you see the meme? I showed this meme to my sister. It's that scene from one of the episodes of Loki. It's like young Aunt May. She wakes up. She's like, "Am I dead?" And there's like the 3 other versions of Aunt May. They're like, "No, but you will be if you don't come with us." It's that scene from Loki where he wakes up and there's all the
Well,
variants.
there's just a meme. It just shows over the years. He's like, Aunt May and Peter are getting younger, and they showed like 10 years later, like after Tom Holland, it'd be like Spider Baby.
I saw that. I did see that.
Oh my god.
Um,
I hope they do an older Spider-Man in the future. Like
the thing is that
like one in their 20s.
we need an older Spider-Man because the fact that we've already seen the origin so many freaking times. You don't need to tell this origin anymore. Just go straight with him being in college.
You've seen the origin. This is the thing that we need to stop thinking like that the world doesn't revolve around us.
Ash, you got to realize that the movies have been out for some time. My niece has watched all the original ones.
I think that it's ingrained in Spider-Man as such a nerd culture now is such a big thing in pop culture. I think you could ask most people, "Hey, how'd Spider-Man get his powers?" They go, "Oh, it's a radioactive bug."
Normies will go back and watch the original movies. They'll watch all the way through if they're a fan of the character.
Maybe.
They should have done the older version of Spider-Man.
Yeah, the thing is,
people know more about Superman's origin story coming from Krypton and losing his planet than they do about actual United States history. So I don't think we need as many origins.
Some people do, and just like people with United States history, some people don't know shit about it. They're like, well, I don't know what this is. And we have kids growing up today. I mean, my buddies' kids, if I asked them what Superman's origin is, they wouldn't know.
The thing is, if you want to do an origin story, there you go. You have a flashback, and there you go. Now he's back being old.
Honestly, I would just put Spider-Man is late college years.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, because we're having being a science teacher, high school science teacher.
That'd be fun. Having him as a science teacher,
like how he wasn't there in the Civil War comics.
It's like Civil War.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
That'd be fun. That'd be a good thing.
I want Renew Your Vows. I want that as a movie. That'd be cool.
He's has some brief mentions to Peter's love life too, and where he's at in life.
That's the thing. I don't think we'll ever get another Batman movie with a Robin.
Oh my god!
That's
I heard
true.
there's rumors of Robin being in the Batman movie by starring Robert Pattinson.
The only Robin we've ever had in the movie was Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Robin doesn't play well to normies, and when you put something on film, like live action, I've talked about this a lot, that you can get away with things on a written, like a drawn page, that when you put in real life, all of a sudden it plays differently. It's like one of the things is like violence. You can do some of the most extreme violence like on a drawing, but you do it like photorealistic, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, there's like a big, like imagine Invincible, the show that they did, but imagine if they did that with like photorealistic real life. Some of the scenes in that would just be over the top, like too much to stomach.
Just do like Matrix.
And part of those things, I think, is relationships. Like, you read a comic book and you see the boy wonder running around. Oh, look, there's like a 14-year-old boy in Speedos with Batman running around. You do that on the silver screen, and all of a sudden it looks different. You're like, wait a second, this is creepy. And then you get normies that come in that aren't tuning their brain to be like, this is kind of silly. This is comics. This is just the way that things are. And they see it in a different light. And Batman, and that's why they've always had to do Robin in differently. They've had to try to upscale him and mature him. And he's not a kid. He's actually he's a young adult.
like in Titans.
Well, look at Batman Forever. Like Robin in there was that actor. He's in his 20s.
It's the same actor.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, you see what I'm saying? They didn't do a little 14-year-old kid Robin running around, in Speedos.
No.
They'd have to change the character. Then you get people like, oh, why are they changing Robin? And at that point, you're like, well, what's even the point of Robin? If you're doing like a 20-something-year-old sidekick, then it becomes more of like...
Give me
Batman
9-year-old
becomes
Damian,
a
Damian
teen.
Wayne. That's what I want. I want 9-year-old Damian Wayne just growing up, breaking people's necks.
Yeah, but when you see a 9-year-old in real life, you realize that they can't break people's necks.
Yeah, it's like Hit Girl all over again.
It's a comic book movie. It's not supposed to make sense.
Right, but on the page you can suspend your disbelief. When you see it in real life, I can look at a 9-year-old kid and you can't hurt me.
I'd be like watching Spy Kids, bro.
I'm with Cult Film Video. I'm sick of Spidey and Batman need a break. Yes.
Well,
That's
then
me.
just don't go watch Spidey and Batman.
There's too many other superheroes out there that are underrated that need some love.
Well, yeah, Daredevil needs respect.
Daredevil, Flash. Let's get a good Green Lantern movie. Like, there's a bunch of them. But
I'm waiting for that good Green Lantern movie. If it gets
Spidey,
I'm definitely
yeah. But because Spidey and Batman are Marvel and DC's bread and butter, they're never going to stop making those movies.
People want to see them. They make money.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, yeah, I understand. I understand.
I mean, I kind of want to see a good Green Lantern movie, but you know what I don't want to see is another stupid Green Lantern movie.
It's like I hate the 2011 movie.
Every movie that comes out with Green Lantern and Fantastic Four should have a giant cloud monster. Fuck them all.
Oh my gosh. Unpopular opinion, says Miranda. The two main comic book franchises that need to only have maybe 2 books tops are Batman and X-Men.
Cool. Can you imagine if they did Man of War? No live action.
Oh, that would be cool.
Exo Man of War?
Yeah, Exo Man of War.
That'd be cool.
And too bad Sony fucked up the Valiant universe with their first outing of Bloodshot. Probably not going to get any more movies now.
Actually, you know what I would want to see as a movie? Actually, it might work better as a series. Maybe not for Netflix, but like if Amazon. Well, I don't know if any streaming service would do it justice anyway. Danger Girl would be fun as a series.
Well, Danger Girl has already been like a series. It's called She Spies.
Shut up, Bankman. Let me have my examples. Dang it.
Honestly, how do you guys from Invincible work on Exo Man of War or something like that?
Yeah, something.
Or someone.
Can you imagine if Exo Man of War was a live action thing? People are asking why is Chris Hemsworth wearing the Iron Man costume?
That'd be funny.
So, but going back to Batman real quick, I understand being sick of Spidey and Batman films. My biggest frustration is why are they doing this new Batman film with Robert Pattinson? I mean, I get it. You got the troubles with Ben Affleck and stuff, but here's the cool thing about the Ben Affleck was, to Venkman's point, we weren't getting a new Batman with his origin and stuff. We were getting an older Batman who's been around the block. He's kind of like edging towards retirement, but he kind of came out of it because of Superman. And now he's like, I got this purpose to unite the seven sort of thing. Like, I was interested. I was like, here's a Batman we've never seen before. Because to his point, every time they reboot Batman, it's like start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. And it's like you got this Ben Affleck Batman who, against all odds, turned out to be really good. And everyone seems to unanimously go, you know what? I made that Batman versus Superman was kind of dumb, but Ben Affleck was cool as Batman. Like, people were wanting to see it. By the way, Ben Affleck happens to be a really good filmmaker. Like, really good. Like, he won an Oscar, and that wasn't even his best film. His every other film that he's done is better than the one he won the Oscar.
It just drives me nuts because with the Ben Affleck Batman, they couldn't introduce the other Robins.
He had his Batman film.
With Ben Affleck, you could have though, because with Ben Affleck, you go.
We could have got a Nightwing movie.
You basically just say Batman has already been around for 20 years. Yep. We started this movie 20 years into his career, and so now we can introduce Nightwing, and we can tell a story about, remember when I used to run around with you as Robin? Da 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 da. Like, you could do stuff like that would be really cool. But instead, they go, you know what? Let's start it all over as Batman when he's young, and cast a 40-something-year-old Robert Pattinson to play.
He's still doing the Nightwing movie.
They are doing that. I don't know how they're going to do a Nightwing, because in the Snyderverse, like, Dick Grayson is dead. So I don't know how. Yeah, he's the Robin that they kill. It's not Jason Todd.
Newsflash: the Snyderverse is dead.
No, I don't believe it is. Dwayne Johnson still wants the Snyderverse to be
in effect. So
And
that
yet,
he can,
Mangold is doing a Batman movie with it has no ties to the Snyderverse.
it's an elsewhere. Yeah, they also made a Joker movie with no ties to the Snyderverse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this multiverse. That's the thing that they were talking all about, like at the DC fandom last year. That was the big thing was, oh, the multiverse. There's all these different universes. You can, follow whichever story you like, and if it's in a different universe, then that's okay. So, yeah. So I think the Snyderverse is
the only thing I didn't understand the whole at the end of the Snyderverse cut, where they show them all stuff. It's supposed to like the apocalyptic world, like Injustice thing, or Dream, whatever.
Yeah.
Why is Joker still alive?
Because Batman's never gonna kill Joker, even if it's the right thing to do.
But
he's never gonna kill him.
If they were doing the Injustice thing, which I don't know if they are or not, but if they're doing Justice, Joker would already be dead.
Well, no, because if like I've seen or heard like some of the leaks of what Snyder had planned, and it wouldn't be Injustice like the video game. It would kind of, I think, borrow one or two notes from it, but I mean, it wouldn't be. Yeah, I don't think Joker.
But why would Superman go evil?
Superman goes evil because in the Snyder, like according to the leaks that I read, Superman would go evil because Lois would be pregnant, and I think Batman would allow Lois to die, maybe, or he would slip up or mess up, and Lois would die. I think Darkseid would actually be responsible for killing her, but he would blame Batman for it because Batman, I think, is the one that's supposed to. Because there's like that dream sequence he has in Batman versus Superman where like the Flash comes to him, he's like, "Lois is the key," and all that. I think that's because I think in Justice League 2 or 3, Snyder said that he was going to have Lois die, and that's what was going to turn Superman bad. But it wouldn't be Joker that did that, like an Injustice, like what you're thinking of.
See, that's
but
fortunately, it's all just a dream sequence.
I don't know. I think we're gonna because
it's a gas station burrito experience.
It's still getting a lot of love on HBO Max. If HBO has one working brain cell in their upper management, they will at least seriously consider.
Yeah, but they give like $80 million into that or something crazy.
Yeah, like 70.
So it needs more than a lot of love. It's going to need to sell a lot of Blu-rays.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting the Blu-rays as soon as I come across them at the wall. I'm definitely. I'm hoping they kind of do the Justice's gray cut where it's like black and white because that was really fun watching it in black and white. I enjoyed that.
I did not get that. I started to watch that. I was like, what the F is this? What is the point of this? All they did was just cast it in grayscale, and I don't know. Some movies I understand to do that. Like I understood when they did Sin City in black and white. Okay, but the Justice League didn't make any. Snyder's film is meant for color. Like his vision is a color vision, and it just felt like watching a color movie on a black and white TV. That's my take. But I don't think we're going to get any more Snyderverse stuff. I mean, we're going to get more movies that are technically tied. And we're getting another Aquaman film. But I think they're just going to let it just be essentially like standalone films. Like obviously Aquaman is part of the Snyderverse, but I don't think that it's going anywhere. They're just going to be films that just exist. There's no more cohesion. And I think the Omniverse thing is that escape door where they go, yeah, you can have whatever you want. It's not an excuse. It's not a way of letting fans get more. It's a way of taking things away from you and being like, hey, everything's fine because nothing matters. And you go, oh, yeah, I guess I'll just take my Batman movie and then my Joker movie and my whatever other movies they decide to make that don't fit into continuity.
Honestly, they said they're going to make a Joker sequel.
I heard about that. I'm not sure how to feel about it. I feel like that kind of takes away some of the specialness of the first one. Yeah, I feel like the first one works best as a standalone film. And then apparently they also want to give that same film treatment to a bunch of other Batman villains. Like I think they want to do it to like Two-Face or Penguin. Like, okay, so you just want to use the same recipe but make a different flavor cookie? Like, I don't know.
Or Lex Luthor might have been another one too that they were thinking about doing that with.
Cult Film Video says Mangold actually has me excited for Jones. I'm not sure what Jones. What's Jones?
Indiana Jones 5.
Oh yeah,
Mangold's
Logan, Ford versus Ferrari, Copland. He's great.
He's great.
I agree.
Ford's 80 though. So.
I agree. Mangold is a pretty good director, but even the best directors have a hard time making lemonade out of a pile of shit.
Yeah, a director can't make a movie when their lead actor is out for months with a busted arm, which is currently the case with Harrison Ford.
Who wants to see geriatric Indiana Jones?
Not me. Now, if they recast him, if they got Chris Pratt or somebody to if they did some recasting, maybe did like a Younger Adventures of Indiana Jones or something like that, like they did with the television show way back in the day. That might be something. You might have.
That's what I thought they should have done all along, is just recast. They should have just rebooted it, reboot Indiana Jones, and just be like, look, the Lucas version, this is that vision, just like they did with like with Batman, right? When you get Nolan's Batman trilogy, it's its own contained vision. No one tries to connect the Nolan Batman movies back to the Timothy Burton Batman movies, right? And they're done. And then guess what? We got Snyder's cut, right, of Batman. And it's like a whole new thing, and we can go just like James Bond. Every time they reboot James Bond, they should do that. It's like, look, this was that way of Indiana Jones for a while, and now we're going to start stories over and have this guy do it and tell new stories. And eventually, after a certain amount of time, this actor will get tired of doing it, or he'll want too much money, or he'll get old, or whatever happens, and we'll have to stop and go to a new actor, because that's just how things do.
Yeah.
And just do that. I don't see why you're going to push it. So we're going to have 4. If you don't hit a home run with this film, it's going to just be like Rambo, right? It's just going to be like, oh, like this dude needs to die. Like,
yeah.
And here's another problem. It's not just geriatric Indiana Jones, but a big core component of Indiana Jones, in my personal opinion, is the Nazi era that it takes place in. And the problem is old Indiana Jones, he's aged out of that era. Now, they did some creative things in the last film, which I commend them for, doing the whole Roswell and like the beginning of the Soviet Union and things like that. I found interesting. They didn't really like pull it off, but now we've moved way past that. What's it, like 20 years since then? So now what is Indiana? Is he in like Vietnam? Is Indiana Jones going to be... What's he going to be doing?
This is Indiana Jones' life story.
But who's going to be like the villain? Like, what's going on in the world?
Yeah, right.
Like,
right. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is
the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's going to be... There's going to be an artifact he needs, and Castro has it.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
It's going to be Indiana Jones versus the Atlanteans.
No, Atlantis. I think it was a video game.
The Fate of Atlantis.
Fate of Atlantis, yeah.
No, actually, no, I think it is right. It's still gonna be Nazis, because Nazis don't go away.
Oh man!
Oh wow! Okay.
Indiana Jones versus Trumpers.
Yeah, for real. They've got and they did like a whole line of books too. Like, I forget where they took place. Like, it's probably before Raiders of the Lost Ark. They had like a whole line of books of indie.
Well, the Marvel books, you had that. You had Indiana Jones versus Secret Atlantis.
The Further Adventures. Yeah, Indiana Jones. Yeah, you're right. But I don't know why most of Hollywood seems to have this like allergic reaction to recasting roles. Like, James Bond's been doing it for decades.
Well, it's because it's hit or miss, right? Like,
well, it's like rebooting Rocky. No one wants to see someone else in Stallone's Rocky thing.
Right, but what they did was they got creative with that, and it's like, okay,
they changed it around.
Can't do it, so let's do Apollo Creed's son. Let's have.
Yeah, but they tried to do that in Indy 4, and people balked at it, because I actually like Shia LaBeouf's character, but most people are like, F that dude, we don't want him.
Because he was swinging with the monkeys in the tree.
Yeah, the monkey scene was what turned me off.
I was like, what is this bullshit? This is like
when he was the greaser on the motorcycle. With
that's not Shia's fault.
It turned into Jumanji.
That's not Shia's fault.
That's what it reminded me of. It's like a Jumanji scene. You'd see like him swinging in the tree, the monkey swinging after him.
I mean, yeah, and I'm not saying that I've loved Shia LaBeouf ever since I was a kid. Like I watched him on Even Stevens on Disney Channel. That's how long I've been a Shia LaBeouf fan. Yeah, that was a funny show too. And all the way up to what was the last thing? Last thing I saw him in, I might have been.
You'll not tear us apart. You'll not tear us apart.
No,
that was funny too.
That was pretty funny. But no, he was in that Brad Pitt movie with the tank.
Oh, Fury! That's a great movie, dude. He steals the show in that movie.
That was a good one. That has such a good cast too. Like the first time
I know when you were starring next to Brad Pitt and you steal the show. Yeah. Bravo.
I saw the trailers, but I saw it was like the kid from Percy Jackson. I was like, what is he doing? It's like one of these people does not belong.
No, Shia LaBeouf is a good actor. He does not get the credit he deserves from a lot of people. And it's because he does these parts that are like Indiana Jones 4 that just really weren't executed well. Yeah. And he behaves like a lunatic in public. We will not you're just like, and so people see that. It was like when Tom Cruise danced on the couch on Oprah. It took him years to get past that.
Right.
But Shia LaBeouf is out there making films. Like, dude, that Wall Street sequel, he was really good in that.
I didn't see that one.
But also look at Fury too.
Fury, yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about Fury. Yeah, Fury was really good.
What was Disturbia was really good. He did several really, but yeah, he did do some crazy stuff. I remember one time he put like a bag on his head and went to go sit somewhere, and like it was part of an exhibit, and he would charge people to come sit at this table while he wore a bag on his head, and they could insult him.
I heard one day he didn't take a shower for that one movie.
Well, that's I guess not as crazy maybe. Maranya says the fourth movie also made Jones a deadbeat dad. Maranya never told him he was a father, and he is the bad guy. So wrong.
You know what the big problem was for though?
That it was made?
No, it was the aliens.
Oh god, yeah, the aliens. I didn't care for that.
It was just so like out there. All of a sudden it's like, hey, guess what? We have aliens in this movie. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you knew anything about the Crystal Skulls, then you would know that's what their lore is.
Yeah, but normies like us, we don't know anything about the Crystal Skulls.
So one of the reasons I like the original trilogy of indie movies is because like each artifact, it has like a supernatural significance to it, like the Ark of the Covenant or the chakra stones or the Holy Grail. When you get to the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, it turns it from a supernatural type of almost element, and it makes it more sci-fi. And I don't know, I feel like it didn't get pulled off, but
no, I think the execution was poor, but I think the idea was sound. Like I was excited. I was watching the movie. I was like, Crystal Skulls. Are you kidding me? They're gonna have aliens in this movie. Holy shit, this is gonna be cool. And then the whole Roswell, and then the whole Area 51, all that stuff. I was like, oh, dude, this is gonna. And then it just went cool. Way out weird at the end. I was like, oh, this is.
I did like that opening bit in Roswell, especially when they're driving through the warehouse and they knock away a piece of a crate and you see the Ark of the Covenant. I thought that was really cool. Maranya, I apologize. It's 3:00 in the morning for me. I might have said your name instead of Marion. I am so sorry.
Don't apologize to her.
No, I want to, because one of these days she's gonna mail me baked goods, and I don't want them to be laced with arsenic or anything.
How's that boot taste?
It's gonna taste like homemade brownies one day.
One of these days, you're gonna be in prison, and she'll give you a file on the cake.
There you go. I'm playing the long game here.
One day, I won't be licking just boots. I'll be licking brownies.
Brownies on a Obama boot.
You know what I'm fearful of, honestly, is that Disney is going to pull what they did with Star Wars, and they're just going to ignore Indiana Jones 4, and just like how they ignored Episode 8 and just tried to be like, oh, that didn't really happen, psych, and it's going to be a failure on all parts, because you're going to have certain fans that go, yeah, Indiana Jones 4 is not the best, but it is part of the continuity and things that it did. Like I said, I'm a fan of Shia LaBeouf, and I kind of wanted to see him set up because I knew Harrison Ford can't live forever. He can't do the part forever. And if you want to continue this franchise, you need to hand it off to someone. And I agree with your idea, like with Rocky. I like the Creed spinoff. I think that's a cool idea. And I was like, yeah, do fine. And yes, they did some silly things with that character in the movie, but that doesn't mean you have to keep doing that. You can go, oh, this didn't work. Let's not do that with this character going forward. But I have a feeling they're just going to skip Shia LaBeouf completely.
Oh yeah,
Marion won't exist. Like all that stuff will just be gone, and it'll be weird when you watch the film, like 1 through 5, and you'll be like, oh, this weird fourth film goes off into like Never Land. It doesn't. Yeah, doesn't work. You can't watch Star Wars anymore. If you are a person who's not hypercritical about the Disney Star Wars, if you try to watch episodes 1 through 9, when you get to 7, 8, and 9, it's just a complete like off-road, surreal mushroom trip, because you get 7 and then you go 8 and you're like, whoa, where the hell is go? Oh, this trick that didn't actually happen. It was a dream sequence. Like, what is going on here? And it just creates an overall bad narrative. And you need to stick to your guns. I think you need to stick with get Marion back. You need to get Shia LaBeouf. And if you need to find a way to creatively steer the ship away from them, fine. But you can't just ignore them, in my opinion.
You know what I would have done? Rather than bring Shia LaBeouf back, which I don't know if they'll do, because Shia, I don't even know if he still acts anymore. I don't think he's been in anything since Fury. I could be wrong.
He still acts.
He still acts? Okay, I don't know.
Really? After he has Meltdown?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because Disney, I mean, they're very, it seems to me like Disney would be very protective and against having.
Oh yeah, Fury was after the Meltdown.
Yeah, Fury was after, you're right, Fury was after the Meltdown. But what I was saying is, rather than Shia LaBeouf, if I was somebody at Disney, what I would be pulling for is I would want to get Short Round back. Because
that kid is old.
Not necessarily the same kid, but get somebody to play Short Round, like a more grown-up Short Round.
I think I just searched up his latest movie.
Space Jam: New Legacy?
Latest movie, The Card Counter by Paul Strander.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did Peanut Butter Falcon. Oh, I forgot about Peanut Butter Falcon.
Fast Times at
he's
Ridgemont
also
High.
in Tax Collector.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
What about it?
No, you just Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, I saw a trailer for that movie.
New
Tax
David Ayer film, Tax Collector.
Yeah. By the way, David Ayer got robbed on Suicide Squad. I really want to see what he was going to do with it. It was supposed to be way darker. Screw DC upper management, by the way.
Yeah, they had Slipknot as he wanted Slipknot to be like a serial rapist.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering when is they gonna start NBC? Are they gonna reboot the Rock Profiles?
I've never heard of this Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really, really good. I hadn't seen it. My mom of all people told me about it.
There's no peanut butter in there whatsoever.
Is there a Falcon?
I don't think so.
Is it the Millennium Falcon?
No, it's a Peanut Butter Falcon.
Maltese Falcon.
Yeah, apparently they're doing a remake of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Why?
Why not?
Because Hollywood is
Fast Times
out
like
of
40
ideas.
years old now.
Jennifer Aniston, Dane Cook.
Shia LaBeouf, Morgan Freeman, Jimmy. What? Morgan Freeman, you're too classy for this. What are you doing?
This was a table read. I don't know if it's actually a real movie.
Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, I'll give it to Jimmy Kimmel. Brad Pitt, Matthew McConaughey. All right.
There's a lot of old people in this film.
Julia Roberts
for a film about high school kids.
Yeah, for real. Like Shia LaBeouf's
scroll up. It says table read, doesn't it?
Dane Cook. Oh my gosh, that made me feel way older right there.
Yeah, it was a table read. So I don't know if that was. Maybe it was a Zoom thing. Maybe.
Anybody remember when Dane Cook was popular?
Yeah, this might not be it might not be a real movie.
Because Judge Reinhold was actually in the original movie, and so.
So what is this? Pieces of a Woman.
It's a serial killer movie with them, probably.
Paul Strander. I think that was I don't know how you pronounce it, Strander. Is director of Taxi Driver, which his new film would be The Card Counter, which stars Shia LaBeouf.
Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf. I love that song.
Oh, I wanted to see Borg versus McEnroe too. Never got to see this.
The Borg from Star Trek.
Oh, Beyond Borg and John McEnroe.
I've been rewatching the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. I forgot how fun those were.
Man, I was a kid. I remember John McEnroe, man. Like, I totally watched Wimbledon in the 80s. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
Do you know what's interesting to me right now?
What's that?
It's like I was searching through some casts on certain characters, like fan casts for certain characters. John Hamm as Batman.
I would see why not. I would watch that.
I'll say Jim Caviezel, but
Jim Caviezel. Ooh, yeah.
person of interest. You've seen the Lance.
Person of interest. That's what I was gonna think. Yeah, person of interest.
And
yeah,
I suck geek. Every time I bring it up, I always get with you saying, "No, he can't do beat." I'm like, dude, that's what I said about Ben Affleck.
Jim Caviezel's too.
Well, he's been blacklisted by most of Hollywood since he played Jesus.
Yeah, that too. But
He's too.
He bulks up though. He can do it.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. I just feel like his presence is too. Like, it doesn't have that gravitas.
Have you watched Person of Interest?
Yeah,
No, I
but
don't-
even in Person of Interest, he didn't have like a grab. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Venkman, it's like when you and I were watching the Batman Year One movie. Remember when I was like talking about the voice actor?
Yeah.
It's like that actor. It's the same thing that Caviezel I think would do. It's like it would just sound too nice, and he would be just too light. His voice is too light, and I don't know. Batman needs to be a scary.
We don't know. We don't know until he does it.
That's also true. That's also true.
But you can make educated guesses.
Yeah,
but then sometimes you get those real surprises too. That
like Ben Affleck surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Yeah, he surprised
Henry Cavill surprised a lot of people. Yeah.
My pick for Batman was Joe Manganiello. That was
Joe
who I wanted.
Manganiello.
I still say Kevin Porter has the look.
You have to have it's Manganiello.
That's the guy that they got for Deathstroke, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He really wanted that Deathstroke.
He'll be fine as Deathstroke, but I think he would have been a really good Batman. And God, can you imagine? I just can't see Pattinson against Manganiello. Like, it's just backwards to me. I'm like, oh God.
I don't think they're gonna have the two of them fight, because I think it's gonna be again that
it'd be like Pattinson going against Dave Bautista as Bane.
If you've ever seen,
I'd actually love to see that.
the HBO show, that vampire show that the HBO did, what was that called?
Was it True Blood?
True Blood. Manganiello on that. I mean, I guess he's getting a lot older now.
As Alcide, yes, he played. Yeah,
dude, on that show, I was like, that's Bruce Wayne.
I think he's still
clean shaven,
pretty jacked.
He's
but he's not. Yeah, but Bruce Wayne's not. Latino.
Well, I mean, Bruce Wayne was. Even
he's not
Ben
Latino.
Affleck was up there. He was pretty jacked.
Imagine how he's not Latino.
No, he's Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Italian.
He's not Italian. He's Italian heritage.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Show us your password.
But he's got his voice, like when he talks, he would be the first Batman actor. I don't think they wouldn't have to alter his voice.
You know what the worst part about this whole entire thing? You could have had a comic pulled up, and we all could have took parts reading it.
Oh yeah, I completely and utterly
You
forgot.
could have suggested that 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago, yeah.
I'm sick and I'm tired.
Mariah says the acting casting that blew me away the most, besides RDJ as Iron Man, was Kelsey Grammer as Beast. That is the Beast, and I agree. Actually, Kelsey Grammer as Beast was pretty awesome. He was the best part of that movie.
President Loki.
Well,
what?
The less said about X-Men movies, the better.
Yep.
Hey, but Kelsey Grammer though nailed it.
He was a great.
He was good.
He was
one of the two things that movie got right.
Yeah.
Do things.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Still supposed to be the same age around the
I
other
hate the
X.
X-Men movies so much.
All of them?
Like he was supposed
Pretty
to be the
much,
same
yeah.
age around Jean and Scott.
I'm so glad that Elliot Page is no longer Kitty Pryde.
God,
The most
That's
ugliest
right.
Kitty Pryde there was.
that's right. You know what? I take it back. Kelsey Grammer is now the only thing
Hold
about. I
on.
forgot that we don't have Ellen Page anymore.
Mythology.
And she wasn't even cute back then.
I thought she was. 16-year-old Zach of many last names was very much for Ellen Page's Kitty.
You're
Pryde.
only how many were you back then? Because there had to been only a couple.
Ellen Page was cute when she was young, but
You like her in Juno?
yeah, she was cute in Juno.
There's
Another
I'm
Justin
actually
Bateman
happy
movie.
that they have a sale on X-Men books.
Jason Bateman, not Justin.
Jason. Why do I keep saying Justin? I think I'm thinking of his sister Justine.
Well, she probably is Justin now.
Oh,
She looks like a Justin.
yeah.
Last Stand was the best cult film. No,
Changed my mind.
no, I will change your mind. Angel, Colossus, all of these wasted characters. Multiple Man, Juggernaut's not a mutant. Also, as fun as it
Deadpool
is
was
to
the best
say,
X-Men movie.
I would think I kind of
Ooh.
like First
Well,
Class.
there's a question for you right
First
there.
Class was
With all the movies coming out, they're talking about the X-Men. Do you think they're gonna wait for Deadpool 3 to come out until after they release the X-Men stuff?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
By
don't
the-
know. Actually,
'cause-
No, X-Men is years away.
Yeah, probably.
And the thing is that if they wait too long, no one's gonna care about Deadpool.
Yeah, here's the thing. Did you see? I think I put it even in the Discord earlier today.
What he was revealing it for free guy?
The Free Guy trailer, but he was doing it as Deadpool with
No.
Borg.
Yeah, did he do? That was mentioned in that thing that he did a trailer reaction to Gorilla.
I
Yeah.
think that was just
Okay.
made for that.
I really want to see that if he did that.
If that was a real. No, I think he was just. The whole thing was him pretending to be a YouTube star reacting to trailers.
I love it. He's like you remember? Yeah, last week I reviewed or last month you may see I reviewed Gorilla. It shows it shows a Dalmatian dog next. He's like, where the fuck are the dogs?
So, Maranya, you tuned out of the X-Men franchise after the first movie too? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
That's
the
why I
X-Men
tuned out of it.
movies, they did have that. They Wolverine, but then also right behind Wolverine, it was all about Magneto and Professor X too.
It was weird though having an X-Men movie with
On-
Rogue without having Gambit ever in the movies.
Yeah, that was weird too. Yeah, Rogue and Gambit were never in the same movie. Yeah. And then First Class, I thought was like, okay, First Class, they've got a little bit of a smaller team here. It's a smaller setup. Maybe they're going to focus on more. Nope, it just ended up being the Magneto and Charles show with Mystique. Mystique.
I have that Captain America cover right there.
And having nothing to do with X-Men, and they made up this total fictional First Class nonsense.
Yeah, where Mystique becomes Professor X's adopted sister or something.
The first. Okay, here's the thing.
There are good parts to it. I
If
like
you
a lot.
take First Class and you strip out all the X-Men and you just say, this is random superhero movie, it's actually a decent film. Like it's well done. But as an X-Men film, it's an abomination. Like it just does not have anything to do with X-Men. It's just like you took the franchise and you stuck it in a blender with a bunch of other stuff and pulled it out and said, here you go. But if you, like I said, if you strip off the brand name and it's just an original film about people who have superpowers, it works that way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
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 Plus, I think if you're going to call it First Class, you should actually have the First Class of X-Men, the first 5, not Havoc or God, who are even the other ones? Darwin, I think, was one.
Well, the problem is they obliterated that from the very first movie.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So there was no First Class. Like you had Scott and Jean already as part of it. Like,
Mm-hmm. It's like
Yeah.
they could have used
I
Days
would've
of
liked-
Future Past to undo everything, but oh well. Evil
would've
Black
liked,
Cat, how is that the best
I
line?
would have liked the original.
oh, evil Black Cat.
How is that the best line?
No, he's being facetious. That is
Oh, okay.
one of the terrible lines.
You know who
No.
played Toad though?
Yep.
Ray Park.
Yep.
Proof that the best people.
You know what the
sometimes
funny
work
thing
out.
is? Like, I had the exact same copy of that Captain America book right there.
The Brubaker,
Like,
the Winter Soldier.
like that version of it, like that version of the cover.
Nice.
That version
Well,
of
it's the
cover.
ultimate collection.
Yeah, that one. I have it like right here in my hands.
Oh, really? Have fun.
Really good, really good book. Glad I got it from the comic book store.
Bryan Singer's first two were boring and dark. Stupid Suits, Old Ass Ian McKellen, and Low Budget. Last Stand was fun. First of all, Ian McKellen is older now than he was then. He's still a really good actor. I actually liked him as Magneto. Low Budget on the first movie, I can see it. The second one, I don't think it was very low budget looking.
Well, here's the thing. When X-Men came out,
It was the first really big.
There
budget.
was no such thing as the MCU.
Yeah.
This is the thing that modern fans kind of have the luxury of not understanding how shitty it used to be.
Yeah.
X-Men came out during the dark times. Like, it was even before the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, if I remember correctly.
It came out before it was after Blade, but before Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
So this was in an era where
2000 was when
where the studios still treated superhero films like with disdain. They were like, and that's why the X-Men all wore leather suits.
Yep.
Because they came in and were like, this is a stupid comic book movie. We need to change it all up and make it cool for normal people.
Yep.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man changed the landscape because Sam Raimi came in and was like, I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'm going to make Spider-Man like the comics. And he made a movie, and it was the most successful movie out of the gate of all time. And all the studios were like, what? You made a comic book movie like the comics, and you made all this money? And he's like, yep, watch me do it again, fools. And a couple years later, he did it again and broke the records again. And everyone was like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, everyone wanted to make comic book movies like the comics. And the MCU came out with Iron Man, and they did that. And it still was shaky because Iron Man was like a C-list character back then. And people were like, who's this Iron Man? And Robert Downey Jr., one of the most brilliant casting jobs in film history. The rest is, we all know that story. And the MCU proved, like, dude, Guardians of the Galaxy, holy shit balls. They were just like, let's just go with it. Go for broke. Just, they made it as goofy and crazy as comic books are, and audiences ate it up. And you go back today and you look at X-Men and go, man, this just feels like a bunch of old men making a book they're ashamed of, like a movie adaptation that they're ashamed of the source material. Hey, computer robots, what's going on? Ronnie says the only clinker in the Raimi trilogy was number 3, and that's because they did not need to shoehorn Venom and that nonsense into the movie. Sandman and Hobgoblin were almost too much as is.
Yeah, I think that was an executive. That was like a higher up call. That again, same problem like with studio interference. That's what they had with Suicide. That's actually so in X-Men 3, there's that scene where they're like in the danger room. And you get to see there's like a little bit of a tease, like, oh, they're fighting Sentinels, because like Wolverine cuts off a robot head. The reason that that's in there is because some suit at Fox Studios was like, nobody wants to see X-Men fighting Sentinel giant robots. No one wants to see that. Idiots. It's all everyone wants to see. Malcolm McDowell, Gabriel Byrne, Terrence Stamp, Chris Walken. You want to see Chris Walken as Magneto.
I don't understand how young you think Malcolm McDowell is. If you think, or
Terrence
Gabriel
Stamp.
Byrne, or Terrence Stamp, or Christopher Walken are, if you think they would have been young actors.
I think Ian McKellen might be younger than some of those guys. Also, can you imagine Christopher Walken as Magneto? Hey, Charles, I'm going to destroy your X-Men. Watch what I can do with metal.
You know what this X-Men needs? More cowbell.
Or he takes a cowbell and morphs it and turns it into his
Oh,
helmet.
man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't mind old Magneto, because if you're trying to tell me that Magneto was been around since the Nazis and the concentration camp, he has to be old.
He's got to be, yeah.
And Charles Xavier's old. That's fine. The X-Men are supposed to be the young guys. Like, that's
right.
But the problem was they just, again, because they didn't trust the source material, everything, they had to make it the Professor X and Magneto show again and again and again. And it's like, just, dude, there's other parts of this mythos, like, I wanted to see X-Men Brood. Like, I wanted to see them go off into space and the Shi'ar Empire, and fight the I always forget their name. The guard. What are they called?
Gladiator.
Like,
The
the Imperial
Guard.
Imperial Guard. Yeah.
Yeah, like, man, that would have, if they would have done the Phoenix Saga like it was in the comic books, where they actually like fight the Imperial Guard on the moon and then have to come back to Earth. Like, they're just, instead of the way they did it
twice. The way they did it
twice. Yeah, twice.
They messed up the same job twice. Oh, goodness. No, Kevin Spacey could not have been Magneto. I'm sorry.
Kevin Spacey is Magneto.
Kevin Spacey, he was already Lex Luthor. He was actually not bad as Lex Luthor in Superman Returns. I don't think he was terrible.
How about Arnold Schwarzenegger as Magneto?
No, why would you? As Gladiator.
That's Magneto.
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Gladiator would be better.
And he's from that area.
Nah, that doesn't mean anything.
You don't want to see?
No, I don't want to see
Magneto talking like Arnold.
Then you just get a bunch of metal puns instead of ice puns. Yo, these powers of mine are so metal.
That would have been better than what we got. my powers are so metal.
Hey.
Charles, I'm going to steal your X-Men from you. But steal is spelled with 2 E's. Like the metal.
It'd be funny with metal puns and shit. Like,
oh my goodness.
Man.
Anyway. Oh, hey, Jimmy's here. Hey, Jimmy.
Walking was scary in 1999. Ian looked like he was going to catch pneumonia. I saw X-Men and Richard III in theaters. I'm old.
Wow.
You're not that old. X-Men is not that old of a. Did you say I saw X-Men in theaters? I'm old. Let me tell you what old is. I saw Star Wars in theaters.
Yeah, you are old.
I saw X-Men in theaters.
Furthest back I can go is I saw.
Damn millennials.
The Lion King.
hold on.
I saw Lion King in theaters. And Babe. Babe might be older than The Lion King. I'm not sure. Where is RDV to do the proper Arnold voice? You're right. Why are we doing accents?
I don't know. He's reading a comic book or something.
Yeah. I haven't seen Bat Arnold in a while.
Yeah, we need Bat Arnold. Maybe RDB fell asleep.
Maybe.
No, I was checking something on eBay. I still haven't. It's been 2 weeks and I still haven't got my order for that Man of Steel book.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
That's no good.
I'm getting irritated because I'm looking at feedback. People saying they didn't receive books.
See, that's something I do whenever I'm shopping on eBay. You always got to check your sellers first.
Other people give you tracking numbers. I never got a tracking number with this one.
Yeah, I would probably just request a refund and find it.
Well, the good thing is eBay really does protect its buyers. So
yeah. It's supposed to come back it's supposed to deliver between the July 2nd and the 9th. It's now the 14th.
Yeah, you're 5 days late.
Have you contacted them?
I'm going to contact them today.
Yeah, be polite at the first contact.
Of course I am. Look, of course I am.
Save the rudeness for the second.
Wait till they respond. You don't want to give them any ammunition.
No,
I'm dealing with an eBay issue too as well. I
Oh.
bought a set of headphones, and the auction said it comes new but out of the box.
Yeah.
And it says to save shipping or whatever. And I was like, okay, fine. So when I got it, it comes in a padded envelope and everything, and everything. I pulled it out, and I'm reading through the instruction. Well, first of all, it didn't even come with the instruction manual. It came with like the quick start guide thing, which fortunately had the thing on there that lists like all the components it's supposed to come with. Because the thing about the headphones I bought is they're like kind of gamer headphones, sort of, but they can connect to multiple devices simultaneously, and it's got like a removable mic, and you can change in different cords, and it's kind of cool. And it was
Very
inexpensive, but it's missing like 3 of the cables that it's supposed to come with, and they're proprietary. So I wrote them back like immediately, like within an hour of getting it, and I was like, "Hey, here's the deal." And I went, found the manual online, so I could like copy and paste the section. It's like, "Here's all the components supposed to come with. I'm missing these pieces. You know, your auction says it's new out of the box." And also, you list on the details that it specifically comes with these pieces, and they're not there. And then it took a couple of days. They finally got back to me, and they're like, "We're investigating."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's all they said." And I'm like, "Okay, now it's been a couple of days still." And so I'm like, "Okay, like, what's going to be the deal?" And it's only like a cheap set of headphones. It's not; these weren't expensive at all.
No, I paid
But
$30.
it's the hassle.
Yeah, right.
I paid $38 for this book, this hardcover, versus the 50 something or $60 I would have paid on Amazon.
Right.
$4 shipping, so it means it's probably just going through the mail.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes they ship through slow mail.
Yeah, if it's going through the post office, it might be.
I'm gonna give it. I'll give it another week. But
they probably ship it through media mail.
Yeah.
Which is really slow.
You should still be able to get a tracking number though.
How much was your shipping?
Was $4.
Okay, so probably was media mail.
Yeah.
The times where I get antsy is when they charge like really high shipping, and then they ship something like, dude, you're gonna charge me high shipping, like you better fucking priority that shit.
Right.
FedEx it or something, like
same day shipping.
I don't need same day. That's like $40 shipping.
It's just funny. I'm looking at it right now because I when I bought it, he only had 2 left. He had 4 altogether, and he had 2 left. So I bought one. So now he still hasn't sold the last one. But he listed, the shipping date. It's just like $4 standard shipping, and it says like if I were ordering one now from again, it's between the 19th and the 22nd is when it'd be delivered to where I live. That means nothing to me. I mean, unless my thing is, if you're going to give an estimation of that thing, it better be through that thing, That's why I've always looked at stuff, But he's a 99.2 positive, feedback.
No, Jimmy, they're not secondhand headphones. They're second head headphones.
I don't know what that means.
But it just irritates me a little bit, because I usually don't buy stuff on eBay, but to find out that like it's I don't want to be scammed. That's my biggest fear, is being scammed. Even if it's only for $40 or whatever, I don't want to be scammed for that, because that's $40 I could have spent something else.
I wouldn't want to be scammed for $4, let alone 40. I mean,
yeah.
40 will fill up half my gas tank.
That's $40 I could have spent on DC, Marvel on Wednesdays.
Maranya says she has us all beat. She saw Batman 66 in the movie at a drive-in theater as a kid.
I wouldn't be bragging about that.
I want a drive-in theater, man. I would kill to live in a town with a drive-in theater.
Marania's old enough to remember when things were great.
Yeah, I don't go that far back, but I did see Star Wars in a drive-through or a drive-in. Drive-through.
I don't think there's a single drive-in theater in all Louisiana. I think you gotta go to Texas or Mississippi.
Somebody got a Spider-Man
and hardcover.
No, I didn't get this. I was watching it.
McFarlane, Michelini.
Yeah. So yeah, I was watching this Michelini McFarlane omnibus. It was like really cheap, but I was like, I'm gonna watch this and just see. Ended up going to pretty high, but.
I'll do that. I'll find like an omnibus or a collection that's like $5. I'm like, let me put a little watch on this, see if it gets any attention. And most of the time it does. But something else I started doing too, and I told E about this because I don't think he knew about it. Facebook has the marketplace feature. I found out that people will put comic books up for sale on the Facebook marketplace too.
Yeah, I do.
So this was, you get a sneak peek at the stuff that I'm watching. Look at this. Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, Criminal, complete series in floppy. All the issues for $52.
How many issues is that? Is that 40?
41.
41. Wow.
But the entire Criminal series for only $52. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
That's a little over a dollar.
And then this one I did win. I got real lucky. Erratic. And this one I'm watching, it's Fatale Deluxe hardcover. It's only $25, but it's got a reserve, so it hasn't met the reserve. And I'm like, it's.
Oh, that's actually on the list of reads by Brubaker.
I got an issue of Fatale
Oh, no.
that I won at E's auction actually on Saturday.
Did you read Mariah's file comment?
Mariah's.
Or any after that Batman 66 comment, the drive-in theater. Read the next one after that.
The theater turned into a porn movie drive-in.
Oh,
How do you have porn movies at a drive-in?
yeah, how does that work?
Seriously.
Like, is it a theater they show those movies at, or is it a theater that they shoot those movies at?
Because like drive-ins, you can like watch them like they're
the road,
usually
yeah.
you could,
You're driving by, you see the old kitties on the street.
I've seen like rated R movies on drive-ins. You like drive by and you see like some nudity or whatever, but, like porn, like full-on hardcore sex.
Can you imagine being the kid that lives in the house across the street? Like you can just like look out your window with a telescope.
The curtain is gigantic.
Colt Films video says Ian McKellen is 4 years older than Malcolm McDonald. I'm gonna drop it though. Well, first of all, I think you're forgetting one part, and that's the sir in front of Ian McKellen's name. The dude is a knight. He has been knight, so like that gives you some gravitas.
The thing you're forgetting is that we live in the USA. We don't recognize British royalty.
Hey, Sir Ian McKellen plays Gandalf. I've been rewatching Lord of the Rings films. He does phenomenal as Gandalf.
My ancestors fought and died to get rid of the crown.
My ancestors fought so you could have that porn drive-in.
It's actually not true. My ancestors came over here from Norway after the United States was already.
I think my ancestors fought with William Wallace, so they probably did fight.
Marty says that
you should be anti-crown too. Those bastards.
Marty said
but Ian McKellen didn't do that though.
But Marty said the screen was angled away from the street, so you had to go in there.
Well, them's the breaks. Hey, speaking of,
can you imagine?
This is the headset that I bought.
Oh, okay.
It's a Plantronics, but one of the I like this little dial thing it has where you can like adjust the volume between what's like from two different sources. So if I have like something playing on my machine versus talking like to you guys communicating, I can raise one volume up over the other, and he can also connect another device to it. Like here in the picture, it shows a smartphone connected. Mm-hmm. So, and both of them will play through your headphones. So you can do things like, if you were playing like video games or whatever, and then you could like be talking on Discord on your phone. It's got a bunch of different little cool features, and then you can't really see, but there's like buttons so you can like mute your mic and toggle between sources. It's got a bunch of little things, and it's only $20. I was like, yeah, dude. And I really like the earphones like this that go around your ear, that like not sit on your ear.
Yeah,
and it has
I like that. Yeah,
and it has the soft padding that's like the cloth padding.
Mm-hmm.
So the like that faux leather kind, it gets all sticky. So I was like, yeah, I've used Plantronics in like business before, and they've always been solid. So yeah, it's like they work really good. They were a really good price, but I'm missing some of the cables, and I'm like, you bastards. And I'm like, it's not worth dicking around. It's like I don't even want to ship it back if they say to return it. Like, anyways. Let's see. Oh, did I get some messages from?
Comic Quarks with Jimmy says it's Patrick Stewart's birthday. Well, tell him to live long and prosper.
Tell him to quit screwing up Star Trek.
I just made some Star Trek fans' head blow up. I know he's not Vulcan.
Ed Brewer says the days of the double feature are gone. Maybe it should come back. I wouldn't mind that. I used to do double features or go to double feature movie. They did a few. They did one for when Age of Ultron came out. They did Avengers 1 and then they did Age of Ultron. It was like a double showing. And I saw a few other double showings of movies. I wouldn't mind that. Problem is though, it's a large chunkier day. It's like if you have a job or if you've got a family or something, you know, you either have to get tickets for your entire family, which could be expensive, and also you might have young kids that don't want to sit still for 4 or 5 hours.
All right, here's what they're offering me. They're offering me email you a prepaid return label. Once we have it, we'll issue a full refund, or offer you a 20% partial refund to make up for the mishap, and you can keep the unit received. You can try it out for a few days before you decide. Let me know if you'd like to do. Again, I apologize. That sounds like a pretty good response. What should I do?
All right, chat. What should Ash do?
What should Ash do? Because it's only $20, so 20%, that'd be $4. That won't even buy me lunch.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna go hit the hay.
What?
You can't hit. That's hay abuse.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So what happened? You can't send your stuff, or what?
Ed says tell him to F
good
off.
night. Oh, good night, everyone.
Good night, bud. Thanks
Take it
for
easy.
joining us tonight.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Ed Brewer says tell him to F off.
Tell him to F off. Ronnie
Um,
says, I'd ask for a full refund. He did not provide yet. Well, no, he's offering me a full refund. Choice A or choice 1 is he sends me a return label, then I return it, and once they get it, they'll give me a full refund. Or I keep it and they give me a 20% refund. So I basically get it at a discount.
So Maranya says ask for the full refund. Jimmy says leave them alone and keep what you have. And then Ed Brewer is going for the chaotic approach and just says tell him to F off.
Yeah, I don't know why I would just keep it and not get a partial refund. That seems weird. But Evil Black Cat says 20% won't even get you a mediocre Marvel comic.
Oh, that's true though. It's true.
For sure won't get you a DC comic.
Maranya says the catch is he could claim you didn't send it back. Well, I guess if he was shady.
Well, if he sends me a return label, then I would send it and I would have a receipt that it was sent. Because
Probably have a tracking number on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and ultimately, it's not like it's multi-hundred, I'm not shipping back an Xbox or something. Like, it's a $20 set of headphones. The risk in everything is low. It's just more of, do I want to keep these? Because it doesn't have all the pieces that I would want. I mean, they work. Everything that came with it works. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even using them right now. I'm using these other headphones I bought, which weren't quite as nice. They're just headphones. Then I found these later, and I was like, oh, I wish I would have saw these ones first, because I really don't want both pairs of headphones. I just thought these ones were better. Oh, well. I'll figure it out, I guess. Look, there's We Live. $100 for issue number 1. I was looking at that the other night when I found out about the book.
Ed Brewer asked, does this company have a deluxe version? Like a deluxe headset, maybe?
No, this is an old headset. It's like Plantronics doesn't even exist as Plantronics anymore. They changed their name. This headset was like sold in like 2014. So it's definitely some sort of back inventory that someone's just trying to clear out. But it's cool because they don't make this anymore. and you can't just buy it in stores. So that's why I was getting a really good price. I think this headset probably would have sold for like $50 or more new. So I was getting a really good deal. And I looked around. The other side of the thing is I can't find this because of that. It's not like other people are selling this particular headset and I can just be like, give me my money back. I'll go buy from these guys. So
Cult Film Video says, how did we end up with $8.99 comics? I remember when Ash wouldn't go above $3.99. Well, it's inflation.
I pretty much don't go above $3.99 except for Ultra Mega.
Or Skybound X, probably, huh?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big one.
Skybound, well, it's $4.99.
$4.99? Okay, I don't know why I thought it was worth more.
Yeah, it's thick. Like you get your money's worth. As far as like page count and everything.
Yeah.
I did a video on Skybound X, by the way. If you're at all curious about the book, I explain like what it is, who it's for, and help you make an educated decision on whether or not to buy it, because it's definitely not going to be a book for everybody. It's really a book meant for fans of Skybound, not just anyone can pick this up and enjoy it. It's more like getting all those cool bonus features on a Blu-ray special edition of your favorite movie. But to someone who hates that movie, they would be like, why do I care about those special features? Like, why would I don't want that, you know?
Yeah, I liked it well enough, I guess. I liked the first story probably the best, the Rick Grimes 2000. The Ultra Mega one was interesting. I didn't much care for the third one. That one seemed a little too made for children, kind of. And then the Clementine story, I liked the story itself. The art just seemed off. To me, it seemed a little weird, but oh well.
Yeah, the art was off. I was ultimately disappointed on what's going on with Clementine. I think they're going the wrong direction. They're certainly going the wrong direction for me with that. So other people might have different opinions on that than I do. I don't know. But like I said, I did a video covering all 4 of the stories. It's a fun book. If you're a Skybound fan, I think $4.99. It's just the price to pay to like be a part of the celebration. Now it does have a couple collectability things. If you are a person who cares about collecting and maybe speculating on books, issue 1 has the first appearance of Clementine in the comics. So there's a possibility of that being a deal, especially since Clementine comics are going to continue. It's not going to just be like, well, who cares? Walking Dead's dead. No,
She's also a fan favorite character too. Yeah.
Right, but if Walking Dead is dead, then it doesn't matter if it's their first appearance, because it's not like Walking Dead's not generating new interest, right? Because the series is over.
Yeah. No,
but it's essentially continuing because they're going to have a Clementine series. So potentially that revitalizes the interest in Walking Dead, maybe. Also, issue 5 has Robert Kirkman's new series that he's launching.
Ooh.
And the first appearance of that new series is going to be in issue 5. So that's a first, I think. I don't think did he do that in previous series? Like Walking Dead first appearance is issue 1, and same with Invincible, right?
I believe so. I also know these aren't being collected. The Skybound, they're not doing like trades or hard.
Correct.
It's only as floppies. So that's a big collectability thing as well. So yeah, I'm picking them up. I'm just kind of wading my feet into the lake that is Skybound, and I'm kind of treating this as like an appetizer platter, just kind of looking and seeing what's coming, what they have to pick from. I guess is the best way I can think of to describe. So
yeah, I'm just a Skybound fan. I mean, I don't buy every Skybound book. Like I never read Manifest Destiny. This is the first thing I ever read. I did enjoy the story in it. But there's a couple of the books, like I wasn't a fan of Stillwater. Stillwater is going to be in the next issue. but that's fine. I don't expect it. But the majority of independent books I do buy, I've noticed have the Skybound logo, Birthright, and Oblivion Song, Firepower,
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the firepower.
Ultra Mega. Plus there's a new book that's coming out. I forget what the new one's going to be. So there's quite a few of these books where I'm like, yeah, like I like this, and I just want it. So I just want to have it as part of my collection.
Yeah.
But no trades. Ed says, did the price of trades go up as well? I'm sure they will, because inflation is going to make everything go up.
Mhm.
But as of right now, trades are, especially in the indie sphere, are cheaper than they've probably ever been. You can buy, especially Image, releases all of their first volume trades at $9.99. So you can get some spectacular, like, bang for your buck deals. And then I think the following ones are like $16.99 for like a 6-issue like trade, like 120, 140 pages, however much. That's really good. Because that's pre-discount. A lot of places are going to offer you a discount. Like Cult Film says that he goes to in-stock trades and it's $5.99. So if you the catch of in-stock trades is to get free shipping, you got to buy $50 or more. So, but sometimes you can find stuff on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, then a lot of times you get free shipping. The thing I recommend right here is Erratic. You can get the first trade, get the whole series, $9.99 with free Prime shipping if you have Prime. So, for instance, if I bought this, I could get it delivered today, potentially, for $9.99. So, this is a great book. I highly, highly recommend. This is one of the few 5 stars I've given out. If you like fun, youthful style comics like Spider-Man, then like Silver Age Spider-Man, that's going to be your bag, I think.
If you like books of fat, angry people, get I Am Not Starfire. It came out this month.
Yeah, that is good. See diversity.
I forgot about that one. Did you hear about this new book that they announced for October? DC versus Vampires. 12-issue limited series by James Tynion with art by Otto Schmidt, who I actually really like his art. I'm kind of looking forward to this one.
All right.
If it's
someone
done,
needs to be.
If it's so, in the solicitation it says it's in the same tradition as Deceased, and anyone who knows me knows that I really love Deceased. So if this is anything like that, I think it'll be really cool. Justice League versus vampires, basically. So I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, I could be wrong. I'm ready to be proven wrong. But
I hope it's good for you. I have no idea of the quality of the book. I'm groaning about the pitch. I just DC doesn't seem interested in doing DC. It seems interested in just doing all sorts of other things than classic DC books. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's fine for the people who want DC to be not DC, or maybe they don't like DC, but they're interested in seeing DC be undead, or they're interested in like Superman being evil and conquering the world and everyone trying to stop. Like maybe they're interested in all these other things. Maybe they're interested in all the characters being replaced by other people in future state. Like maybe I don't know. But like me, I don't get all the classic characters I love and these stories that I've invested in over the past 3 or 4 years just tossed out, just gone, just whatever, unceremoniously, just over, cancel the titles for the most part, moving on. And like, I'm like, oh, so I get vampires? I don't care. Like, and I don't even, I stopped buying Justice League because they handed it to Bendis, and I'm like, I now I get to care about them fighting vampire. I don't.
So what Ash says is really gonna suck.
It may not suck. I don't know. I mean, Deceased didn't suck.
Well, it's vampires. Yeah, it suck.
But I was okay
Boo.
with it. I was okay. Oh, that's funny. I didn't catch it right away. I'm okay with like Deceased because Deceased was like, it didn't matter whether Deceased was good or not to me because I didn't need it to exist because I was already happy with all the other DC offerings. And so Deceased was like, here's something extra if you want. And I could choose to, but basically now it's like DC has a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want. In fact, there's nothing that I'm interested in at DC. And now they're like, yeah, and we're going to give you this thing. And I'm like, you're just jumping the shark. Like, can you just give me back the thing that I liked that you won me over for? Like, please.
Mm-hmm. Dead air. Love dead.
Dead air. Speaking, someone was talking about in-stock trades. If you guys, any of you guys ever used in-stock trades?
What is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Zach.
Come on down. We'll tell you this whole spiel.
In-stock trades is a online site. InStockTrades.com. They have a sister site called Discount Comic Book Service.
Oh.
DCBS.com. And I go to In-Stock Trades because this is where they focus. I don't know why they have multiple sites. It's weird. But they have the banners down here. But 42% off trades. So this is... Oh, I got to sign in. I don't forget what my login is.
Well, I love it when that happens.
It's 1, 2, 3.
4.
Sorry. No,
1,
it's
2, 3,
actually
4.
3. It's actually 3, 3, 2, 1.
Your password is password.
Password is Vankman. I hate Vankman.
Oh, that's funny. I need to go to sleep. I'm laughing at everything.
Oh,
that's normal.
I know why it's not working because it asked for an email address and I didn't put my email address.
You just put Ashley on your username.
Just put the first part. Oh, come on.
Too many login attempts. We are now closed.
There we go.
Well, I'm not sneezing, I'm coughing.
Oh, sound like a sneeze.
I have the same problem.
Bless you anyway, Vinkman. God, dog it, man. Just take off.
Dude, when I sneeze, Ash will be deaf.
So,
ooh.
Discount Comic Service said, like, dude, like, check. This is my wish list. But let me. Where was I going to look at my order history? So I just recently placed an order with them, and you can see what I got here. So I got the East of West Deluxe hardcover Year 1, the Criminal Deluxe Edition hardcover Volume 2, and also the second Reckless book. You can see the prices: $28.99, $28.99, $14. This is normally $50, $50, and $25. So my total price was $72 or $78 after tax. But this place is super good if you want to order trades.
Good to know.
This is my kind of go-to place, and I just keep a wish list. Unfortunately, they don't have everything, so but I just keep everything in here, and you know, like I have like Chrononauts is only $5, $5.79 for the trade. Oh yeah, one of the things I want to get is White Knight Deluxe hardcover. Do they have it? Did you see they have a hardcover of the Harley Quinn, Venkman?
I'm sure they do. I'm still waiting for the Curse of the White Knight. Come out, it's probably on Amazon. But I'm waiting for it to show up on my LCS.
Has Curse of the White Knight not come out on hardcover yet?
It's supposed to come out September of last year.
Oh.
Maranya says, Ash, look up the Invincible Iron Man Bob Layton Artist Select Deluxe signed on in stock trade. Oh, I guess Bob Layton has a special signed deluxe edition.
The one thing I don't like about this website is they only will list the things that they have. So sometimes you're like, I'm looking for this thing and it doesn't show up, and it's like I wish they would just show it and say like out of stock.
Right.
They don't do that. I don't know which one Invincible Iron Man Bob Layton Artist Select Deluxe signed.
There's that Bendis Iron Man.
Walmart had the White Knight Deluxe Edition?
Ooh.
What? Why would Walmart have that? I'm not seeing it, Maranya.
She says she put a link to it from Bud's Art Books in the comments. So I think it's somewhere further up here. Oh yeah, it's right above the Ed Brewer comment that you got. Yeah.
Missed that.
Says it's her wish list lottery win list to get.
Yeah, you're not likely to find something like this, like a signed and numbered. You're just more likely to find the basic stuff. Although sometimes in-stock trades will have special variants that are just for them because they sell enough.
Well, guys, I've been having a lot of fun, but it is a little after 4:00 here. I've got to go get a few winks.
Yeah, me too. So I think that's a good time to call this short. We can just end here on a nice Iron Man screen.
Look at that. That is a nice cover. I do like that.
Yeah, Bob Layton Iron Man is probably the best Iron Man, I would have to say.
Oh, great. Guess who's going to jail next issue?
Wait, what?
Daredevil.
No.
Elektra.
Batman.
Oh.
Is Chip Zdarsky writing it?
No, Marika Tamaki is.
They're trading notes. Rocky's like, hey, can I borrow your script from Daredevil? He's like, sure, just change a few things around. So
well, we had a long stream, it's a long hangout. So
thanks for watching this instead of watching the Snyder Cut. Because you could have watched the Snyder Cut in the time it took to watch this stream.
You could have, and it would have probably been a lot better. But you could not have interacted.
That's true.
And you could have had bathroom breaks.
Yeah. Speaking of bathroom breaks, I really need to go. So you guys, thank you for being here. It's always fun chatting. Thank you, RDV, for coming to join me tonight. And don't forget, it's comic book day, in case you forgot. Today.
Yeah.
Get yourself some good books. Don't get yourself bad books, just the good ones. And yeah, don't worry, be happy. Remember that song?
Don't worry, be happy.
Hakuna Matata.
All right.
Same message, different language.
Pretty much. Good night, everyone.